Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though. Hey, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your host, Jermaine Lockett, your Couch Rider Raven. Thanks for rocking with your boy. Kam Ru should be here in just a minute. We are excited for each of you that are in the room right now. For those of you who came early, appreciate you. I'll pay some bills real quick. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. Let me turn on some lights here because I always get like dark up in this area and people can't see me. All right. So we back. And y'all saw the title. You saw the title. Way too early roster prediction, right? And then Kam Ru has a mock draft he wants to share with us. So when the Barry White rap comes along here and gets his bowl of cereal or whatever he's getting ready, we'll go ahead and jump up on that. Till then, we're going to say what's up to Delicious. What's good, man? It was a good mock you had the other day. I don't know why I didn't recognize it was your mock. It was because your name is at the back end of it, but it's on your Instagram. So we appreciate you bringing that back through. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit tonight as well. And then, I'm feeling great, man. I'm on top of the world. I'm feeling a lot better than I was before. I think last week it was pretty rough. This week, it was good. I did have a technical difficulty. This thing almost like completely fell off 20, or I think it was at the 2-minute warning right before the show started. I'm like, oh man, like seriously right now? Anyway, I got the Barry White of rap coming to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Kam Ru. What's good?
Is that a Q jersey? That's Anquan. You got it.
It's Anquan, but I want you to pay attention a little bit more to the number.
Oh man, you got a Q on, bro. I had to get my pie ready, man. It's been a long day.
Had to bring it back.
What up?
I said the fam is saying what's happening to both of us. Delicious.
What's happening? Gotta have my apple pie on deck.
Yeah, he's apple pie.
Let's
see here. So it says, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. 8 more days. Can't wait till the draft. Very much excited. I think we got something pretty cool prepared. Who's preparing this? KTSC Sports Talk wants to get basically all the Baltimore Ravens heavy hitters together for a mock draft. I think the night before the draft. And so I think I don't know if we're hopping on his channel or if he's hopping on our channel, if we're going on lunch break or what. Yeah, but you in the yeah, you invited, bro. Of course, you are the Couch Rider Report team. Of course,
I'm the Couch Rider bodyguard.
Yeah, you're a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? You're the muscle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got too much of that. It's kind of flat right there, but I call to my muscle over here. You know what I'm saying? When I need it, you feel me? Oh, Brooks in the house.
Brooke might come out of me. You might be the inner Brooke.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say, you don't want that gangster to come out.
I might be like, listen, my man.
You know what I'm saying? So what it sounds like is we're going to be assigned divisions of the AFC. I think between the 4 of us, I think I got the South. I think you got the West. Okay. And he chose the North. I was like, oh, you just gonna get yourself the North, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like fine.
The opportunity to pick for Baltimore.
Yeah. He ultimately I feel like we all should be able to get that opportunity there. Mm-hmm. Big Reg in the house. Lisa is here. What's going on? Lisa Kam Ru. I like the Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst. Hold up, man. Let me go ahead and get the record on this.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Reg.
You ready for me? I don't tear no equipment up over here when I do this.
Go ahead. You good?
Y'all see that?
Right there. Best receiver ever. My opinion.
Baltimore Ravens. Let's go. But you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I liked Hayden. I have much respect to Hayden. But this is definitely all about Q.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember the first time he caught a pass and
now don't get me wrong, like I want to get a couple more jerseys, you know, just I don't wear them as much.
No, I still have my Ray Lewis. I have all defense. I always been a big Ed Reed fan because I played DB in college, but
yeah.
I have 2 Ed Reed jerseys. I used to have 2 Ray Lewis jerseys. I gave one to my cousin. She framed it, and it was the University of Miami joint.
Okay.
Oh man,
I got an Ed Reed. I got this one.
And the Suggs. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had a Hail Nada. I got one with my birth year on it, my last name on it.
Right.
I got Torrey Smith. Of course, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Troy Smith. See who else I got.
Pocket, bro. You was gathering everything.
I had Ray Rice, but it was bootleg, so it was kind of blue. So of course I wasn't too upset when things went down with the elevator incident. I was like, all right, well, obviously this didn't have too much value anyway. We're gonna it was bootleg. So I'm trying to think, who else did I have? It was an offensive. Willis McGahee. I got a Willis McGahee, black one.
You had a McGahee? I had a McGahee. I don't know what happened.
I got that one when I was in Kuwait.
I think I lost it when I moved. Dang, going. I had a McGahee too. I had the black jersey. I heard McGahee.
Here go Reg. He came in with it already. He said 81 is the right number because we drafted wide receiver round 1. Wrong-o.
Delicious said he had a bootleg. You had a bootleg Ray Rice jersey?
Yeah, I had a bootleg Ray Rice.
Oh man.
Let's see. Brooks said,
"Hey, Ray Rice too. I had a. I don't know what happened. I did have a Ray Rice and I did have a McGahee. I got the McGahee. When did I get the McGahee?
I got a Chris McCallum.
Like 2 more years on college, 2 more years in, and then I got the Ray Rice the year we won the Super Bowl. And I don't know what happened.
I got a Chris McAllister one, but it's about the size. It fits somebody that's about 6'5", 240 pounds. Huh?
Brooke says she got a Flacco. You would have a Flacco.
Oh yeah, she got a Flacco. Yeah, she was when during the transition, she was definitely protecting her boy, you know. But you know, she was to give her credit though, she was kind of neutral. She's like, hey, I'm for whoever's the quarterback of the organization. But a lot of people was just like trying to pick sides. And Brooke was trying to let them know, like, you ain't got to pick sides. You can just be for the Ravens, you know.
That's true. As they should.
Yeah, as I'm over here making shady jerseys or making shady shirts with Lamar hopping over Flacco for the Jackson over Joe campaign. I still got one of those shirts. I'll wear it on the show one of these times. Y'all just can't give me too many slaps for it, you know.
Did you get the text I sent you?
I did. I'm ready to put it up here.
That's what I'm gonna do, bro. Last one. So that's the last one I'll do. That's my 3.0.
Yeah.
That's the last one I'll do. I promise you.
Do you want to do that first, or did you want to do?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do. I just wanted to send you that last one. The reason I did that one because I was watching Move the Sticks, and they started sticking us with George Karlaftis, and it's not that I don't like him.
Yeah.
It's just that I know we need playmakers.
Yeah, I feel you. And the thing is if we go get George Karlaftis, what's the difference between George Karlaftis and what's his name? He was the guy you keep talking about is going to move to outside linebacker that's inside like a Malik Harrison. So they are the same build. They both thump, but they don't have that agility, the pass coveraging skill that is needed or that we desperately need, you know, to be able to cover those tight ends.
I thought you were going to say Ferguson because there's no disrespect to Karlaftis. Just say, okay, I've seen him stand up, but to me, he reminds me more of if he's in a 4-3, he's going to definitely be a defensive end. But he's 275. Like you put 10 more pounds on him, you can slide him right in there where Derek Wolfe is. He's the same height, 6'4", 6'5", I believe. So I don't know. I mean, hey.
Brooke said she got a signed Smoke.
You got Smoke jersey? He's on there for 1 year. You really thought he was gonna stay, huh? He only had a year. He was only there for a year. That was Lamar's rookie year, right? Yeah. Yep. He only did 1 year. You thought he was gonna stay, bro.
She said we better leave him alone. We better leave Flacco alone.
I got love for Flacco. He's from Jersey. I got love for Flacco.
Take that ride. Look, I like Flacco. I can't lie. There have been many times I've been yelling at the television screen, throw the ball. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. They can throw the ball, Joe. The whole time he was in Baltimore, that's all I yelled at the screen. And most time it was after he was down by the 30-yard line, he'd take that sack, and then the greatest kicker of all time would come out and kick 3. And it was the worst in my mind. I'm sitting here watching these other teams. I had this mentality of a Big Reg, like watching other teams have primetime football and then us kicking field goals, having amazing defense, and Joe Flacco. It hurt. It was tough. It was a tough time. I'm glad he got this Super Bowl. It was pretty hot because you could see them letting loose with those wide receivers there. He got the weapons he needed. And then after that, crash and burn.
You know what? You know, my only problem was with Flack. I just felt like he was not. I don't mind the fact that he Joe Cool during the you know, he say even kill during the game. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
My thing was the work ethic during the off season. Like he was always training by himself. Like I love the fact that Lamar takes he takes some type of initiative to train with the receivers to try to build some type of chemistry because I don't know if you saw the presser today.
Oh yeah, I saw it. That's why I'm wearing this, honestly, because one of the names that was brought up was the guy that I want to talk about. It was also Prochet, and of course our superstar wide receiver Rashad Bateman was on there claiming to be Batman. Yeah, it was pretty funny. He was like, yeah, directed, produced it, played in it.
He said, of course I loved it.
He's like, yeah, I love that was it. Now I want to know where to get his shirt. That's why I asked Jeff Zurich. Usually when you ask him a question before a presser, he will go ahead and pop that question out there if it's a good enough one. But I guess he didn't think it was good enough. I wanted him to figure out where that shirt came from, with the one or where we can get the Rashad Bateman shirt, the one that's like Batman. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram.
No, I didn't see it on Instagram. I saw the shirt he had on. Yeah, I thought it was just
that was pretty cool too. Yeah, the He's So Strict and He's So 7.
Yeah,
those are cool. But I wanted the one that's got it's got RB in the middle and it's got the Batman ears or whatever, or some echoes or some signs or some wings or whatever. It's pretty dope. Let's see. So anyway, back to what we was talking about. Let me just read these two here. So Brooke won that jersey in a raffle.
Oh, now we just talking about we won jerseys now. Yeah. We just gonna talk about we won jerseys, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just playing.
She just go out winning jersey. That's what she do, man. She gonna blame the OC for Flacco's trials. I mean, a lot of people blamed a lot of different things when it came to Flacco. They were like, "Oh, he ain't got no line. Oh, he ain't got no receivers. Oh, it's the offensive line." Instead of accepting the fact that Flacco didn't have a complete game, you know what I mean?
I mean, he was known for his deep ball. I mean,
yeah,
he was never a super mobile quarterback,
And that's not what we expected, though. We expected him to be able to throw the intermediate across the middle pass. And when he tried that, Buffalo exposed him. He threw 5 interceptions in one game.
Yeah, that wasn't his game. His game was he had the prettiest deep ball in the world.
Yeah, and it showed when he went to the Jets. You could see that. You could see that deep ball. It was awesome. Yep. I mean, he was. I mean, the Jets is like a second home for him. He did really well over there when given an opportunity. He almost beat the Pats.
Yeah, he needs to stay there and learn to coach because, like again, my biggest thing with him was that it didn't seem like that was like priority. And this is before now, mind you, this is obviously before social media got huge, but you would always hear Tom Brady is with Elam off season. Tom Brady's with Wes Walker. Tom Brady's with. When you hear that to me that tells me that you want to be great. You know,
That man he was out making babies like Phillips Rivers out there. That's all he cared about, man. And they all season family guy. But that's okay.
Yeah, he got about 20 kids. You know, he wasn't stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Him and his wife.
Phillips Rivers can't pull out of a garage.
Him and Phillips Rivers, they got about 20 of them things. You know, they got their own football team. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at you at all. But he was average during the regular season, but he was phenomenal in the playoffs.
You had to get him to the playoffs, and that guy would show up big time.
That's when he would show up. But the thing again, Flacco could have been way better than what he was if you had the time. You built some type of chemistry, like you know, you built some chemistry with those receivers. You built, like I don't know. That's just me. That's how I look at it, man. If you love ball, you doing what you got to do.
Yeah. And here's a guy. This guy here, you know, a good segue to this is a guy who loves ball. You know, he's from Pompano Beach. He was a 4-star recruit coming out of Coconut Creek High School. 6'4", 200 pounds. Been working with Lamar in the offseason. The reason I got this jersey on, Benjamin Victor. So I wanted to do some research on him. And I wanted to see, hey, what is with this guy? Like, why is he keep sticking around the roster?
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just trying to charge my phone.
You good? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, hey, what is with the Ravens and keeping this guy around? So he was an undrafted free agent from the Giants. The Ravens brought him on, and last year there was a rumor saying that Boykin was actually going to lose his job to Ben Victor. And then, of course, I jump on the Twitch to watch Hollywood Brown play video games, and somebody asked the question, was like, hey, who's the person who high points the ball the best on the team? Well, Hollywood was about to say Prochet, and then he took it back and said, wait a minute, nah, I got to give it up to my boy Ben Vic. And we're like, Benjamin Victor? He's like, yeah. Benjamin Victor is the best high point jump ball specialist on the team. That is what Hollywood Brown said. That was his endorsement. And then, of course, I go do some more research, and I found out Paris Campbell was singing this guy's praises all through college. He said,
Ohio State?
Huh?
Victor went to Ohio State?
Ohio State. And actually, Ben Vic chose Ohio State after he got offers from West Virginia and Tennessee. He chose to play in the Ohio State. And Paris Campbell was like, hey, singing this guy's praises, saying he's talented. He's top. He could be one of the best. He said the dude can stop on a dime. He was singing these praises about Ben Victor, saying he just needs to put it all together. There are some things he needs to not just be so nonchalant about. They said he needs to go back to his craft. And that's what Ben Vic's been doing, is working with Lamar. So I find that pretty impressive. So like I said, the dude's 6'4", 200 pounds. In his freshman year, this dude had 4 catches for 64 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was only through 5 games. Sophomore year, 14 games, 23 catches, 349 yards, 7 touchdowns. Junior and senior year, he played all of those games. And then in the junior year, he had 21 catches, 354 yards, 4 touchdowns. Senior year, 35 catches, 573 yards, 6 touchdowns, for a total of 83 catches, 1,340 yards, and 18 touchdowns. That is tied right now for 10th most in Bucs history, or at least it was back then when he came out of college. I'm not sure if that record got beat recently.
So when did he come? He was undrafted.
Yeah, he was undrafted. And so he came out, I think it was in 2020. The reason why is because he doesn't have that physicality, because he's just light. The dude, I mean, he got to come to the South and eat for a bit because he's 200 pounds. They said that he was lanky, play strift, and his off-the-line release is a little bit of a problem. But I think, these are things that can be fine-tuned. You can learn a few of these things. The thing is, some light people can actually play strong. And when you go look at his tape, he's a high point specialist. So he's actually aggressive going after the ball.
Yeah, you don't have to put on all the weight. It's just, like you said, just play strength. He just got to get stronger in the gym. But I think that, if he didn't get some type of injury, or did they just say he got some type of injury because they didn't want to let him go? You know what I'm saying? Because he played well in that Washington game.
Yeah.
He even played well. Delicious in his highlights was
The
fire.
Turk probably going through and be like, yeah, it's a shame. Then Victor hurt his pinky and he's on IR.
Yeah, but he said it was his knee. He was it was his knee. But
hey, look, Ben was probably healthy as all get out. So
yeah.
just getting out of the shower like that. He's like, I hurt my pinky. Yeah, it's a shame, man. You on IR for the rest of the year with a hurt pinky. He's like,
well, he must be showing more than because Westry. Remember, Westry is like that, and then now he's playing with the Cardinals, but at least he's playing. He's so maybe it's the same for him. Maybe it's his chance, man. He could just like, I mean, if that's the case, bro, what you saying? Because it's good that he was out there with him and Prochet and Bateman. If that's the case, man, then all you gotta do is work your way from there. Special teams, work your way in. Like I pray that he gets a chance. Like I know we're gonna draft a receiver right now. I know we are.
Oh, yeah.
But he just needs the opportunity to just play a little bit. He gets special teams down. He good, So
some of his strengths that were brought up when I did my research, of course, tall, long. He's got an 82-inch wingspan. This dude's catch radius is all over the place. I mean, it's just he's not it has to be in a perfect spot type of guy. He's gonna catch whatever's thrown out there. Full extension grabs. He's got good concentration in traffic, kind of fearless. He understands it's a business, and he ain't got to make that business decision. Because like I said, even at 200 pounds, he is tough, and he's able to take that hit after the catch. He recognizes that. And then his yards per catch total or average was 16.1 yards per catch. So that's up there with some of the top receivers in football right now. If he's able to help that translate to this level, if he's given the opportunity. I'm not saying he's the team savior when it comes to the wide receiver core, but I am seeing a guy that wants to show that he can be better than what Miles Boykin was, or better than what people think he is out there in the league right now. Because I mean, when you get drafted to the Ohio State as a 4-star recruit, when you're one of the top 15 receivers in the country coming out of high school, something happened to where he wasn't getting those reps at Ohio State. And then for him to be able to come out and not even get drafted, and the Ravens see something there. That's why he's still sticking around.
You said he's 2020. I'm trying to think who was the quarterback at that time too. You say he came out 2020, right?
Yeah. Was that Haskins? Because I mean, if Paris Campbell was there, Haskins was probably there too.
Haskins came out the same year. Hollywood came.
Yeah,
Hollywood came out 19. So
Haskins. Campbell came out that year too. Because Haskins, Campbell and Paris Campbell came out.
Yeah, Haskins came out at the same time. Terry McLaurin, Paris, and Haskins came out. So I'm trying to remember who was the quarterback because he wasn't that good. I wanted to think he was going next. He wasn't like the best thrower. Yeah. And that's when remember Phillips was there at that time.
Yep.
And he left. No. Phillips just got there, but
okay. Yeah, he was backup though. I think Phillips was not.
Did he just transfer? I think he just transferred that year though.
Yeah.
Was he not? Was he?
Play that year? Did they still do that 1 year of ineligibility when you transfer or something?
I don't know how that portal works because, all right, it had to be Phillips because it was Phillips because Phillips was there when Phillips was starting to start quarterback when I can't think of running backs when J.K. was there. So
okay.
So it had to be Justin Fields had to be the quarterback. If he came out 2020, so 2020 was his last season, or 2019 was his last season.
Let me look this up. I'm all curious now.
Yeah, if you're saying 2020, that would be no. Yeah, Fields was a junior that year. He was a quarterback that year. 2020 is the year that LSU won the Super Bowl, right? The championship, right? They won in 2020, right? No, they won in 2019. It was the COVID year, so it was 2020. When did the LSU won in the COVID year? That was 20.
Okay, so he was undrafted. 2020 is what it's showing there, and then hang on. No, I'm sorry. LSU won
LSU won.
That stuff up now.
Yeah, won 2019, right?
Yeah,
We're all over the place right now.
yeah, I think we're all over the place. So anyway, so yeah, I think Justin Fields was on the roster, but so was a few other stars right now. Let me see.
Because it would be the 20, yeah. That would have been a junior. But give or take, going back to him.
Anyway, so yeah, dude could be something for the Ravens. It's just not sure what they're looking for at this particular moment.
Yeah.
They're looking. I don't know if they're looking for a guy that can high point the ball, because the thing is we've seen Bateman actually be able to climb the ladder, and I think he could be that X that we're looking for. It doesn't have, you don't have to split reps with somebody else who can climb the ladder, because he can do it himself.
I don't think. See, that's the thing. I don't think. I think we have to. I don't think we need. I'm saying everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When we say that, I want people to understand. It doesn't always have to be a play for you to climb the ladder. You know what I'm saying? It just may be you giving the receiver a chance. So it doesn't matter what route they're running. If they cover well, they cover well. Like that man that you got, that jersey that you have on. The reason why Flacco got so good is because he said, "Throw me the ball anyway."
Yep. He said, "Hey man, I need you to do a little James Winston over here, because I'm gonna come down with it."
Yeah. So even when I'm covered, I'm open. So that's the thing. You gotta, whether you covered or not, that's when it has to happen. Because I don't know who said this, and it was like a couple of days ago. Somebody said, and it was one of the reasons I called you too. I forgot all about it. Somebody said that we didn't give, and it's no knock on Miles Boykin. We didn't give Boykin an opportunity for the jump balls. I don't know how you don't really give an opportunity for a jump ball. You just got to run the route. The jump ball is going to happen if that man trusts you right there that's playing quarterback, whoever the quarterback is. That's when the jump ball is going to happen. Unless we saying, like, this is the play, and we throwing it to the pylon, and we need you to get up there.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got, they got everything confused because Miles wasn't doing it, so we brought in Dez. So if y'all remember when Dez got there, once Dez was there, he started being more aggressive because it's going to rub off on you, especially if you see somebody that you looked up to doing it. He started being more aggressive to the ball. So that's when that jump ball happens. You got to be aggressive to the ball. Because if you're a good corner, or good safety, it doesn't matter. That ball's up there, it's mine just as much as it's yours.
Yeah, and I think when it came to Miles Boykin, the Tennessee game, where the ball was definitely underthrown, but that's where the instincts of a wide receiver come into play.
Right.
And that's where he should have saved Lamar's bacon and go up for that ball. He should put his foot in the ground, travel back towards that ball, and bend in the air to bring it down. That would have shown, like, hey, I'm that aggressive dog wide receiver that everybody's looking for.
Other than the fact that was the worst play call in the world, I'm sorry on that one. I know you love Chiro, but if you look at
he ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. There's a lot of bad.
If you look at the whole play, it was only two routes in the whole play. Everybody else was in, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like, I didn't know what we were doing. And actually, if Lamar could have hit, if he would have hit Hollywood would have took it to the house.
Yeah.
Because whoever was on Hollywood got lost.
Yeah.
And then I think
he's in playoff mode too.
That was playing over top. He got lost. The route was crisp.
Mm-hmm.
He was wide open, but he had already let the ball go for Miles. Yep. And you think that, like you said, I was trying to give him an opportunity to make a play. He didn't come back to the ball. Even Kurt Warner said exactly what you said. He said, as soon as that ball is up in the air, you can't continue. If you know it's underthrow, you can't continue to run your route. You got to come get it. All right, man. Let's get into what we're supposed to be doing, man.
I'm with you. The last thing, so Big Red says Big Ben is Ben Victor is talented, but you know how Harbaugh is. If you ain't a drafted high or paid vet, then you ain't getting none. I mean, I guess there is some truth to that. You know, you're not highly drafted. There's politics that go into play in the roster building, and sometimes the undrafted free agent, unless they are not a phenomenal talent, they're not really getting too many opportunities. I do think that hopefully Ben will get more opportunities once he shows up in camp this year, especially with the chemistry that he's already got with Lamar. I think Prochet and him will get more opportunities because of that chemistry going forward. Last little note that I wanted to say. Huh? What?
I want him to get on the roster. That's first and foremost. He has not made the roster yet.
Yeah.
Like he just get on the team. He got to get on the team. Like, yeah, there is some play to if you draft a higher person, there's more money. If I pay you more money, I gotta let you perform a little more. Yeah. Until it comes to that time. Now, if it comes to the playoffs, I think all that goes out the door. But we haven't had an opportunity to see that because really the only receiver that's ever really showed up for us in the playoffs is Hollywood.
Yeah.
Within these past few years.
So this dude, last note on him is he scored 15 touchdowns in his senior year in high school. I think that was pretty impressive. That's what really put him on the map to be that top 15 prospect coming out of high school in the nation was because he had made the All-American Bowl and showed out there as well in 2016. So he's got potential, but of course what potential means. You ain't did nothing. So it's exactly what it means. So let's move forward here. We talked about big Ben Victor. I'm hoping things work out for the guy, but we're going to go into the draft, talk about some more draft talk here, and we're going to try to keep these shows a little bit shorter this time around. That way people can go back and watch them. We're not going to go 2 hours. So we're going straight into our next topic, which is the Kam Ru Mock 3.0.
Oh, that's where we're going. Hey, y'all. No.
Yes, sir. So the Kam Ru Mock 3.0. Let's get to it. Let me pull it up. Here we go, folks. Sliding over.
We gonna slide. Yeah,
all right. So I like how it's turned out already. I think it's beautiful. We can close it down with the top pick. We're good to go.
All right. So this is. I really feel like we're gonna double down somewhere, and one thing about our team, man, we know how to move the board, right, and still wind up and still have 10 picks. I was trying to do everything to cut it down to 8, and I was like, man, if I cut it down to 8, I'm not gonna get everything that I want. So I tried to still have 10 picks and still just think that I was thinking about playmakers. That's all I was thinking about. Okay. And I feel like we're gonna double down in certain places. So the two that have been consistent every time I do a mock for some reason is DJ Oreo.
Oh yeah.
And Jalen Petrie. If y'all don't know anything about
I think it's something with that daggone Pro Football Focus thing that draft is broken because it just keeps throwing Petrie in everybody's draft.
Yeah, I think there's a way to speed it up or do something else with it, but you don't, I try to keep it where it is because I don't know. They keep changing. They even changed since look, Reg's giving me slaps. You giving me slaps, Reg?
You getting slaps already? He didn't even finish. Let him finish. Don't sit here and put all the slaps on
slaps. You all uptight with me, man. Hold on, man.
Let him explain himself.
This is how the board. Oh, this Marcus draft. I got a lot of A. Got a lot of A and B pluses, sir. I got a lot of A's and B pluses, sir. You better take it easy over there. All right. So
he did say something good though. He did say something good. He said, "Hey, they can't go back and watch 2 hours, then they're weak." Then he came through with the skibbity pat pat.
All the slaps. I thought I was getting all the slaps early. Oh man. Well, the Marcus
jab. Cold blooded, man. Like, let this man explain himself.
It's all right, brother. It's all right. Listen, 3 of those players up there have already been in to visit the Ravens. That's Petrie, that's Davis, and that's White, the running back.
Okay.
They all been in a visit. So everybody up here has made some type of plays, and they all are playmakers. Nick, he's a monster. I keep saying it, and he reminds me he has the same bend as Von Miller coming off the edge. You have 8 sacks, and you have Oklahoma. You're doing something right.
Okay.
All it is 7-on-7. That's why the best passes. That's why some of the best blockers come out of the Big 12. If you haven't heard of Marcus Jones, y'all need to look him up. Because
that's what I'm about to ask him. Like, what's up, Marcus Jones? And then of course my other question was, I want to say it was Rashad. Well, Marcus Jones, he's only 5'8", ain't he?
Right, but he's the best all. If he was taller, that's Tavon Young 2.0. Only reason I'm saying that is because he can play outside and he can play inside. He's the best all around corner there is. Everybody even said that, even Darren Jeremiah, but he's just short. Can't teach height. But the thing that's special about him on top of him running the 4.33, the dude had, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 9 punt and kick returns. Well, total 9 punt returns and kick returns total. So he can fly and he's shifty. Right? I doubled down on the edge. This dude, Dominique Robinson, he used to be a receiver. This is the dude that was killing Chad Penning in the Senior Bowl.
Oh, really?
I don't remember what school he went to, but then they were talking about him today. Dude used to be a receiver. Only played DN for 2 years. Monster. He's been a monster.
Okay.
The dude, Reg, you may not like this, but only reason Kevin Austin is down there so far is because he didn't have a lot of time to shine at Notre Dame. This past year, every scout has said the same thing. All the attributes, and he high points the ball. And he high points the ball. So don't be hurt by the Notre Dame problem. Claypool was a monster.
Yeah.
Boy he might just blossom over there in what's the name?
Who knows? Like I said, it's the situation. I don't even see him making a roster, to be honest. I think that what they have over there, they're satisfied with. This was just a spite.
They need another receiver. They lost what's the name? They lost Juju. So they need another big receiver. So he don't got to do much. He ain't gonna play. He gonna play in the slot. Claypool is gonna play in the slot. They're gonna move. They can now move Deontay Johnson to the slot. Did you freeze on me, boss?
No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Yeah. So, what up, Engraving? And I think it's gonna be great for him, right? Your boy Clark. And mind you, this is the thing that may throw people off. The whole thing about our draft, if you get picks between 1 and 4, guess what's supposed to happen? They gotta play.
Yeah,
so they're not starters. They're immediate rotation players. They don't have to be immediate starters, but they all need to play. Anything behind 5 and 6, that's just extra. Between 1 and 4.
Oh, you talking about depth chart? I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were talking about picks. I'm like, nah, yeah, depth chart. Yeah, 1 through 4 got to get play time.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get playing time. And Clark is a monster.
Yeah,
he was a monster when they won the championship. I mean, LSU had all the extra drama. If it didn't have all the drama, he probably would be high on the list. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this is how the board fell, Reg. It wasn't like I picked every player. I let the board fall.
You know exactly why Reg is upset.
Yeah, Reg wanted the receiver first.
He wanted a receiver.
Sorry, Reg.
He wanted a receiver.
Boy, Jordan Davis. Like again, and I'm gonna keep saying this, and if nobody agrees with me, please prove me wrong. If the offense is healthy and the defense is healthy, no injuries, we still got. If you tell me we still got more holes on the horse, clean, right, Engraving. If we still got more holes on the offense than we do on the defense, then you got to just show me, because right now I still in that front seven, we still.
This dude hilarious.
Boy, you lucky we on a keep it clean channel with Past the Couch. I'll give you some words of wisdom there.
Thank you, Brooke. Tell the truth. We don't need a receiver.
We're going to get one, but even if we get him in the 4th round, that's not a bad. I mean, now
he gets an opportunity to go into camp and try to win.
We do have good receivers. If we do get one early, I would trust me. You know, I like Ross.
If he switched to number 3, I don't know if y'all seen that graphic I made up on Instagram, but if he switched to number 3, I'm getting the 3 jersey.
He didn't. I looked at the list.
Yeah, he didn't switch.
Get it. But we get it. Could have, look at Engraving, boom me. Boom.
Who you thumbs down in, bro?
He boomed me. Oh man, look, this is how the board fell. Honestly, every time I do this.
Oh, that's right, because Ingram wanted a receiver in the 1st through 3rd round.
All right. Every time I don't know if y'all ever do this. You go on PF. If you get to the second round, especially where we pick.
I mean, my guy's there, but Wandale Robinson
at 45.
I think he is.
Do the PF.
I tried to slide and try to get into the third.
Every time I go,
but he's not there in the third.
I lie to y'all not. I'm laughing at engraving. Every time I do this, there's not a good receiver left until they're always like, as far as like their ranking, they're always like 100 or like 77. I don't know the dude from USC. I don't want no slot receivers. I'm looking for. We don't need no slot receiver.
Oh gosh, Engraving drank the Kool-Aid too, bro. He drank Big Red's Kool-Aid. I don't know what is going on.
If we get the first round draft pick, I mean, if the first pick, hold on, do y'all really think we gonna get another receiver in the first round?
Talk to him, man.
So we look like the Eagles right about now. That means that.
Didn't Detroit do like back-to-back wide receivers, and that?
We've done nothing right with the receivers. That's exactly what that means. That means we haven't done anything right with Hollywood. We haven't done anything right with Bateman. Yeah. Okay. If you want to talk about receivers, let's talk about it real quick. I'm just going to talk about the AFC North.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't one of their receivers that's a first-round draft pick. Go ahead, I'll wait.
That's a wide receiver.
No, don't say nothing. Name one of them that's a first-round draft pick. Reg, I'll let you go first, and then Engraving. Go ahead, I'll wait. Y'all can type away, please. Type away.
So they're looking.
I'm looking. I'm waiting. Okay.
Searching.
Now, before we go to
that little Google thing is just
not
searching
exactly. We are not Pittsburgh. You answered the question. Y'all making it seem we still can have. If y'all tell me Duvernay's not good, I'll stop. If y'all tell me James Prochet's not good, I'll stop. You said it yourself, Engraving. The reason why they brought the reason why they brought T. Martin and brought Keith in is to, is to help the receivers, yes. So we don't have to actually invest. These are still high draft picks between 1 and 4. You still getting a high draft pick.
We recognize that Pittsburgh develops the wide receivers. They're a wide receiver factory, no doubt. Or at least they were. They're the wide receiver coach that was doing all that development. Unfortunately, he passed.
Okay, forget Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. The only high draft pick that's a receiver for them is Chase.
Well, Higgins, I think Higgins was pretty high.
Huh?
I think Higgins was pretty high, wasn't he?
Higgins was in the second round, though.
Okay.
He wasn't the first rounder. Boyd was the third round. So I'm not saying that it wasn't that I wouldn't try to get a first round draft pick. Or try to get a second round draft pick, because I know Engraven's talking about the second round. But at 45, the way the board fell on here, again, the way the board fell on here on the PF, there were no good receivers at between 45. I always try to pick between. I don't want to go too far out, so I'll try to pick, because normally if you fall there, it's like a couple of like, as far as power ranking, maybe like 33. I don't go any further down than 50. I try to keep it within there. You can't say we don't need another corner, because Petrie can play corner and he can play safety and strong safety. He was used at Baylor as a slot at the free safety. He was used as the nickel corner. And he was disrespectful. I'm about to delete you, sir. I'm about to get deleted.
Yeah, we catching every bit of flack tonight, man. Even Will just in the room talking about this nonsense.
I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong. Y'all just tell me what's wrong, because I don't have a receiver at the very top. I'm just going about what this is.
They upset because you didn't go wide receiver in the first 3 rounds. Granted, Pickens he may be available in the second round. I know Wandale Robinson is a very long
be
guy.
Available in the second round.
Down to the third.
I'll put something on it. Pickens is going out the first round, bro. At first, you talked him up, and then I heard Coach Talley talk him up, and then Murphy from Top Biller was talking about it. I was like, I gotta really watch Pickens. I didn't really watch him. I watched it, but I wasn't paying attention. Every time I watched Georgia, I was always infatuated with how good their defense was. I really wasn't paying attention to their receivers. But Pickens, they saying Pickens going by the time Green Bay get up there. That's how good he is.
Yeah, and I think there's still going to be solid wide receivers throughout this draft.
Yeah.
It's a deep draft for wide receivers.
Draft for receivers.
Yeah,
it's a deep draft. I understand what y'all saying. Like, we're not going to utilize, if we don't pick them early. But then again, that's not true because look at Duvernay. We're not talking about the Jet Sweep King engraving of his rookie year. We're talking about somebody that was actually, he was more involved with how many catches he had? Like 30 catches last year? It's going to get better and better. And then y'all got to remember this too. This is actually the first full year that the team has an off season, a true off season without the whole COVID restrictions and everything. So they're actually building some type of chemistry. Y'all got to give it a chance.
Chico want a whole different direction here. Chico want to go for Isaiah Spiller in a center in the second round.
Want to run it back in the first round, brother?
No, I think you're talking about trading back.
Trade to get in the first round?
Trading back out of the first round. Looks like he wants to get Isaiah Spiller in a second or in a center in the second round. I don't really know. If you have 14, honestly, stick with the pick unless you can trade back a couple of slots and catch some draft capital. But stick around that first. Stick around the team.
In that 20 range, bro. That's
picking the teams.
Elite. I don't understand. Look, I love offense too, especially because we have the most dynamic quarterback in the world.
Right.
Ever played the game.
Amen.
But another way to help that offense is to have a good defense. And our defense, I don't care what y'all say. You can just blame it on Wink. You can blame it on the injuries. That's true too. But at the end of the day, we are trash.
Yeah, I think you cannot go into this season trying to fight wide receivers against wide receivers. You need to have corners. You need to have, depth at corner. You need to have a defensive line that is going to be there to help push that pocket and make quarterbacks uncomfortable. You got to have defense to stop these high-powered offenses. It's what the Ravens do, is they counter everybody else's philosophy. It's just how they handle business. Should they handle business a different way? I don't know, but that's not the Ravens.
Working this far, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I'm just like, and the thing is, they think that the Ravens are failing. I'm like, we had a COVID year and we had a year full of injuries. Outside of that, the formula has been working. It's not everybody else's formula, but it works for the Ravens.
I think.
All right. Adit says, I'm with Couch and Kam Ru. The earliest we need to take a wide receiver is round 2 if Christian Watson or George Pickens are available. After that, Ross, Alec Pierce, Trey Turner, Charleston Rambo are good fits. Yeah.
I agree with you. And I still agree with Engraven. I agree with Reg. Like, if we can get one, a solid one within the second or third round, then yeah. But I'm telling you how this board fell, bro. I wasn't just picking the most available player. I was picking by need and what I think that EDC would do. Okay, we always double down. We double down somewhere, or we get players that can play in and out of position.
Yeah,
like Nick can play outside linebacker. He can play the rush and he can play the Sam. Right. Same thing with Dominique Robinson. We have to get younger. Our front 7 is old. Period. Yeah. That's it. Oh, we probably we were number 2. We probably number 1 this year, as far as age bracket in that front 7.
Yeah, don't have Sonic players didn't help, so that average just went up. So
we don't have enough that corner. So I picked 2 corners, and again, this wasn't what I was trying to do. Mm-hmm. I picked 2 corners that can play not just nickel, but one can slide to safety. The other one he can play outside if he has to. Don't expect it because he's only 5'8". But on top of that, his special team ability was another way to make points. If Duvernay moves into that number 3 spot, which he's going to be, the third receiver, right? Yeah. You're going to have to give him some type of airtime between him being a punt return and a kick return. You don't want to. I mean, you can let it run. But why not? What if he gets, God forbid? Sorry, I didn't drop my, like, God forbid. What if he gets hurt? We've had that problem already, have we not? So what if he gets hurt?
I'm gonna let Big Red say his piece right quick.
Go ahead. I'm
He's
sorry.
saying, how has the formula been working if we ain't got an AFC championship to show for it?
Huh? We haven't got it as a recent.
He basically saying like we ain't won nothing lately as far as AFC championship wise because we didn't get wide receivers or something along those lines.
Bro, listen, Reg. I understand what y'all saying, and again, if you look at we last time we won was 2012. Who won after? Who won the next year? Seattle. That was defense. Who won after Seattle? Who won the next year after that? That was New England.
Yeah, as Patriots. That's probably it. Never was wide receiver. It never was outside wide receiver.
No,
if anything.
But we're gonna keep speeding it up. We're gonna keep speeding up as far as what's going on. Who won the next year? Denver. It really wasn't because of Peyton Manning. That was defense.
Nah, that was defense.
That was defense against the MVP.
Yeah, with a noodle-along quarterback at the time who was pretty much at the end of his
nothing
career.
Like himself. Yep. All right, 2016. Who won that year? Patriots.
Yeah.
Again. Was it the Patriots? Yep, it was the Patriots. Forgot who they beat that year.
Was that the 28-3 or whatever?
Was that
against the Falcons, right?
That was Atlanta. They beat that year, was it?
So that was Atlanta. That wasn't the Patriots on that. I mean, when it's 3rd and 1 and you sit here dropping back instead of actually, running the ball when you had Freeman, that's a daggone shame. That was on Atlanta. They screwed that whole game up, and it wasn't boss wide receivers. That was Tamisha Brady doing his thing.
Right. Who won the next year? The Eagles. That was a show. That was a shootout. Okay, you can call it that. That was a shootout.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm trying to get at, I mean, we can keep going on. Even last year, at the end of the day, the Rams if they get hurt, that defense wasn't allowing nothing, and it shouldn't.
Don't get me wrong. Like in the Super Bowl, like wide receivers, phenomenal wide receivers played a major play. They had a major impact in the overall game. No
what you talking about, the last year?
Yeah, with the Super Bowl. Yeah, with Kupp and Chase. I mean, they had some phenomenal catches and they moved some chains.
But the truth be told, honestly, Cincinnati would have only scored 1 touchdown, and that was before the half ended. That'd have been that 1 touchdown. That second touchdown when T. Higgins scored, no, come on. We all know that was horrible. So again, what I'm saying is that defense, even if you go to Tampa Bay when they beat Kansas City, you're gonna blame it on the line. But their defense was phenomenal. They had the number 1 defense that year.
See, here, Wilbert actually speaking some sense here. Check this out.
I just want
to say, don't fix your old front 7 and let the Browns run all over you. He knows exactly what we need to fix.
And he's a Browns fan.
Non-Ravens fan knows what we need to fix. And he sees that our old front 7 is a problem.
He's a Browns fan.
Browns fan now.
The Browns fan said, go ahead. Just do what you – I'm not – look, the Rams have the best – yes, you have the best receiver, but that – you not get what I'm saying, Reg. They had the receivers, but their receivers didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. It was their running game. Fournette was running all over them, and they had 3 Pro Bowl receivers to be exact. They had Antonio Brown was the one that showed up. It wasn't Godwin or Mike Evans.
I say, didn't Gronk get 2 touchdowns out of that?
Shut everything down, huh?
Yeah, Gronk got 2 touchdowns that Super Bowl, didn't he?
I don't know. I think Gronk got maybe he did, but I know Antonio Brown was the one that was
Antonio Brown had 1.
AB was killing them. They had no answer. The point being is that defense wasn't the offense that came. What everybody was talking about, how they had to, KC had to do something about the offensive line because the defense kept killing them.
Yeah, so, I thought the refs had a great deal to do with that too.
We don't need a defense. We just going to have a shootout every game.
Yeah. You think we're gonna turn to the Dallas Cowboys and just like not have a defense? I don't think that's happening.
Red, you ain't never happy. If I'd have picked, if Jordan London was there, which he wasn't, by the way, on this draft, he was already picked by the Jets. If London was there, you'd be happy. We got another first round draft pick as a receiver, or even if we got a second round draft pick as a receiver, and we don't fix this defense, we not going nowhere because we can't stop nobody.
Nope.
We were dead last in sacks.
Yep.
We weren't even that damn far. Even all the blitzing we did, we couldn't get to the quarterback.
They said we had the worst pressure in years.
How that work? Now I'm starting to see why Wink had to go. And there's no disrespect to Wink.
Yeah, the stats are there as to why Wink had to go. I mean, when you go look at those stats, we had the worst secondary in football. I mean, come on.
The biggest injuries were honestly on the as far as the corners are concerned. The front seven was still there. So that we didn't have no injuries in the front seven. We had all our injuries in the back end, as far as on defense. So that just tells you how old we are. We are old, bro.
Yeah, it's just time to turn it over and refresh this defense. Maybe 2 years ago, we could have said, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and let's push some more power to the offense because the defense is solidified. Because at the time we had the best secondary in football, because we had our superstars healthy and they had depth behind them. And we had everything we needed outside linebacker, or almost everything we needed outside linebacker, because we had Judon sitting over there, but we also had decent. The defense was decent and still monstrous. You know what I'm saying? They had a good secondary and a way to control the up front. Right now, that's up front is not good.
I want to answer Reg over here when he said, what did he say? So you're saying because Cincinnati, they both had an O-line, why not take O-line early? I'm telling you what fell. Reg, are you not listening to me?
No, Reg ain't listening.
The words are coming out my mouth. Now, Reg, listen to me, bro. I'm looking at this is PFF. I didn't make this up nobody that is better than that man fell to us. And PFF is even wrong because you know where Jordan Davis is now ranked in the top 50? Some people, Daryl Jeremiah and Bucky got him ranked like 11 or 12. They got him ranked at
47.
They got him ranked at 20.
Yeah, he was like, the last time I did a draft was probably about 2 weeks ago. They had Jordan Davis ranked in the 40s. It was weird.
They've been changing it from time to time, but they're not doing enough. But on top of that, just to answer your question as far as O-line, there's nobody better at that time when I went to pick. I traded back to 17. I didn't even pick at 14, if you realize that. Traded back to 17 to acquire some more picks because I feel like we're going to double up in the second round, right? My plan was to go in the second round and go offense, defense. That was my plan.
Now here's a good compromise, though. Here's a compromise.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish saying what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So I was there. Now the whole purpose of free agency is not just to get good players. It's to fill the holes, yes, that we have on our team, whether it be offensively, defensively. That's your purpose before you go into the draft. That's always been our purpose.
Yeah, it's been the Ozzie Newsome philosophy for years.
Right. So EDC does the same thing.
Yep.
So anyway, going back,
good job.
All the linemen that I would love to have were not there. Kenyon Green, I like Kenyon Green, but I'm not picking Kenyon Green in at 17 when you have somebody that's a playmaker and this man right there. There's no way I can get Kenyon Green at that time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Kenyon Green, rank-wise, he's the highest ranked guard, yes. But if you look at the rank, even on PFF, I think he's like 50. If not, probably a little lower than that. But he's not there. He's not that high. He's probably maybe in his 30s. I know he's just not. He don't even pop up as I'm going down, and I'm going down the list. I didn't go. Let me click defensive line. You know how you can click the defensive line or click receiver. Yeah. I didn't click anything. I just scrolled down. The first play, the first player that was there was George Karlaftis, and then it was like a quarterback with Sam Howell, somebody else, and then Devontae Wyatt and Davis.
Yeah,
and somebody else. I picked Davis because I think he fits our scheme, and he can apply. He can really work with us. Second round.
Now hold
number one on the board. Go ahead.
He got Kenyon Green ranked higher than Charles Cross.
What?
What do you think there?
No, Charles Cross is in the top 10, bro.
Yep.
Kenyon Green is not in the top 10. Charles Cross can do the same thing Kenyon Green can do.
Like, I like Kenyon Green. I do. I really do. But I just think if I had a choice between Kenyon Green or Kool-Aid Man, I gotta go Kool-Aid Man.
You the only one that may have Charles Cross ranked lower than Charles Cross is like the top between him and Neal are the top 2 tackles, I think, coming out. He's not getting out the top 10. So
I think we all in agreement here as far as Bucky goes. Everything that come out of his mouth.
I'm not really playing the Bucky. I'm talking about. I listen to Charles Davis and I listen to.
I don't mess with Bucky.
Really,
Bucky talking about graduating players every daggone year. Yeah. He wants to graduate NFL players to another team.
I stopped listening to Bucky when he was talking about we should get Justin Fields to replace Lamar
Jackson. Or graduate Lamar. I'm like, this is bull. Like, that dude cap.
Under the college scheme, so won't we just blah blah blah? No, that's not happening. I'm not good with that.
No, Chico. No, Chico.
Third is Penny. And Penny what?
I think he talking about total tackles or whatever.
He is not the heat. No, he's not. He is not.
We talking about Cheeks. Penny is Cheeks.
I don't like Penny. B.
He ain't got no bend, man.
Aggressiveness does not make you a good. He's not a good.
And honestly, I just think he's a dirty player. To be honest, I think it's not going to work at the next level.
He is a dirty player. He is a dirty. I mean, nobody wants to hear that, but he is a little dirty player. The truth is that's what he is. He is not better than Charles Cross. He's not better than Neal. He's not better than. I don't want to butcher my man's name from North Carolina State. He's definitely not better than Kenyon Green either. So if anybody should be higher than him, is Kenyon Green should be above him.
Sorry, Chico. He right, man. You might be smoking a little bit, dog.
Chico.
But Reds, it's just you got to look at what's going on. Yes, I know you want your wide receiver high as all get out, but if that first round, if it lays out the way that we've been laying it out the last couple of weeks, and these guys, these defensive monsters are there, for somehow something is going to slide out of that top 10 that should be a top 10 pick that is a defensive player. Baltimore's got to grab him, man.
Hold on. Let me ask you this, Reg. If my man from Oregon slide out the first round, I mean not the first round, slide out the top 10. Thibodeau. You take him or not?
Oh, we take him. But I
no. I want to see what Reg say.
Yeah.
I want to see what Reg say.
You know, y'all. I mean, I was moved.
Chico, do we take him or not? Thibodeau is there. Do we take him or not? Because we already got the big homie already said he good to go. And I'm talking about Ray Lewis. The big homie loves him. So the big homie love him. Something right. Something I think he was just being cautious after he hurt his ankle. I'm gonna be honest with you. They saying he took plays off. But I think he's thinking about the business side.
Jadeveon Clowney took plays off in college, didn't he? That was one of the biggest things. They said he was lazy, but he had all the talent in the world.
Yeah, I don't know. All I remember is that hit when he hit my man from Michigan. His helmet flew. I was like, "Who is this dude?" Oh my god!
I like this. This kind of ID.
Got a mean streak. Exactly.
Yeah. So don't mean you a good lineman. He's like combo Rasheed Walker, Cole Strange in the third to fix the O-line. I like your thinking here.
Look, hold on. See that man right there, Dominique Robinson? He beat Clowney like a drum. I mean, not Clowney. He beat Penny like a drum during the senior ball. Not during the practices because he was on a different team. He was on, I guess, how they had it separated, like the North and the South or the East and the West, whatever.
Yeah.
He was on the other squad. But during the game, Chad Penny he couldn't block him. He got burnt three times, and I think he had 1 or 2 sacks that game.
Yeah. Oh, Wilbert, he's funny. He says Clowney's coming back to Cleveland and will dominate again. Oh boy, here you go. Be good.
That defense, I go in front. That defense was tough, bro. They're the only ones in the division that beat Cincinnati twice.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if you bring Clowney back, it doesn't give JOK an opportunity to blossom into what we think he can be. And so I think bringing Clowney back actually hurts the development of the youth that they've drafted in there, and doesn't
Well,
it takes
he's
away
not.
those opportunities.
Well, Joe, he's more of the weak side linebacker. He's not going to play DN. He's
I
not
think
big.
I think they can move JOK to DN or have him play outside.
He's not big enough, bro. He's really like walking around 220. He's about my size, maybe like 5 pounds heavier. I ain't playing no DN. No, thank you.
No, you ain't playing. You ain't made like that.
Like, come on, bro.
You be in an ice tub more than anything.
My arm not working.
Mm-hmm. The 52 blocks ain't gonna help you now. Okay, so let's see what Chico said. He said, "No way the media had Yonda vouch for Linderbaum. Heck no, trade down." He did. He did vouch for Linderbaum, and he's been mentoring him. He's been training with him. Honestly, I would love to see a Linderbaum come to Baltimore, but at the right pick, I guess. I know if we couldn't pick him at 14, I know it'd be if there were some things that, let's just say Davis was gone. Let's say Stingley's gone. Let's say Sauce is gone. Let's say Washington corner. What's his name? McDuffie. Let's say McDuffie is gone. So that leaves a lot of stuff, beautiful picks that are just gone off this particular board. Let's say Kenyon Green is gone. Let's say Jordan Davis is gone. I'm saying we trade out of that pick at that particular point. We trade out of that pick, slide back, pick up a couple of picks, and then you go Linderbaum.
Wilmer said, "I don't like JOK." It's not that I don't like him. I thought that was a dirty ass hit that he hit on Lamar. That's the hit that put Lamar out. It was a late hit. Dirty. Yeah. He was dirty, Will.
JOK was drafted to spot Lamar.
Yeah, he was. No, because his speed, he was, but he yeah, see, even Will, that was a dirty hit. He dove for his ankle. Ball was already released, and then the ref didn't even throw the flag. You know what the ref did? Walked over to him and tried to help him off. So you need some help? I was like, "You dirty mother F, you a dirty joker, yo." You see him holding this. You need some help up? I was like, somebody paying the Cleveland Browns paying jokers on the back end.
They paying. Chico got some shade for you, bro. The world wants Lamar struggling with those 4 picks, brother.
Yeah, they always do want him to struggle.
He covered for you, saying that the 4 picks gonna make Lamar struggle.
Nah. Defense going. What the 4 first? What picks?
He's talking about Jordan. He's talking about all the defensive picks. I think he's coming after you for that.
If you tell me what we don't have on offense, bro. We got running backs. It's just the injuries. Like I said, if you look at the injuries that we don't have, if everybody is able to play at the same time and nobody was injured, the only sub taste that we actually got of it was when we played the Chargers. That was the first time really that Rashard and Hollywood was on the field together.
I still think there's vulnerabilities on the line. The line could have some holes that could be strengthened.
Yeah, but you don't need to go for. Look, to be honest with you, if we go line first round, if we go offensive line first round, that means you got to start him.
Yeah.
So if we get a tackle, who's sitting?
I was thinking guard though. I was thinking guard.
Oh, you ain't gonna get no guard right there. Not on no 14.
That's what I'm saying. Trade back.
Yeah. Okay, hold up now. See, this is what I'm saying. You already spent all this, so we got like 10 guards in the yard right now. How much money we gonna spend on guards?
Hey, do what it takes to get your starter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think those guys are starters. Like, just because you got a whole bunch of guys, don't mean that's the guy.
Cleveland, you don't like Ben Cleveland. I don't know why.
I mean, he all right. Yeah, all right. It's just,
bro,
I want to see more, but like, if I had a choice to make Kenyon Green compete against Cleveland, I want to see that happen.
If you drafting Kenyon Green first, there's no competition. You starting regardless. Yeah. I don't care if it's left, right. I don't care if you starting somewhere on the line. If you pick somebody somebody is going to sit that you paying for no reason. That you mean to tell me Moses is no good, which he is. You mean to tell me Kevin is good? Only only place you can say is center, and you don't have to go first round to get a good center. We don't have to go first round. If
I just want somebody to make Makari sit down.
Yeah, but if we,
or at least move over.
We don't have to go
move
first
Makari
round.
off that center position. Move him to the left guard. Go get me a Tyler Linderbaum.
I don't know what game y'all was watching. I'm telling you, Ben Cleveland he played good. Other than that one play against the Rams, he played good, and that was, you know who that was. Aaron Donald moved everybody. He pulled back curtains and moved the whole squad, and he didn't even get the sack. His boy got the sack. Other than that, when Ben Cleveland was in there, the running game went from here to here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Sometimes I did see him looking for work, though. He was out there looking for work. It was like he didn't know exactly where he was.
I mean, he ain't standing there, you know.
No, I mean, like, as in he's like a little bit lost and just his feet is there. His head was looking around, but he was looking for work, man, on them pass plays.
Yeah, but that's a rookie in the beginning of the year. You talking about the Detroit game?
No, that was against the Rams.
No,
that was against the Rams.
Dirty, bro.
That was against the Rams. And I went and watched some Steelers tape. I watched some Rams tape. I watched the Detroit tape. Yeah. He actually, thing is, against Detroit, it was okay. Like I said, he was out there looking for a little bit of work. But
he didn't play that game. I think he was hurt.
He got traded. He went in and out. It was rotational.
He only played in the second half.
I saw him play in that. I saw him play early. But it was rotation. He was rotating in and out with somebody else over there. I can't remember who it was.
Ben Powers, wrong Ben, bro.
Yeah, no, he was rotating with Powers on drives. So it was like, I think it was like every 2 drives or maybe one or every other drive.
They was only bringing him in the second half.
Like I said, during that Detroit game, it wasn't even them. They weren't the problem. It was on the other side. It was Zeitler was actually the issue then.
Well, your boy said that, and I'm talking about Edgar Allan Poe. He even agreed with. He's like, the fact that he's looking for work means that he's doing his job. But
Chico, what you doing? Chico, what you
doing, bro? See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all making. I ain't got no more hair. See, the hair locks is gone. Y'all about to maybe pull my skin out.
Chico, where you getting this from, bro? I'm passed it over.
Look, the man has. The reason why they drafted Ben Cleveland so high, we didn't have a second round pick, right? So we got him second.
Yeah.
Ben Cleveland only allowed, and that's his freshman year, he allowed 1 sack. This year, he only allowed 1 sack. Even in the league, even in the pros, he's allowed only 1 sack. Bro, when he was in there, and I'm just going to talk about the Pittsburgh game because you can see him getting better and better.
He got that fire. Like it's 420. It's 420. My man got the whole bag.
Yeah, I don't know. Chico said, "Cut Kevin. That's the best. You gonna cut the best lineman we have, bro."
Chico cut the Swisher. He cut the Swisher. Everything.
You cut the best lineman we had. The best lineman that we had. Yeah. You got that ooh wee.
He's like, yeah.
Travis, what up? Yo, y'all gotta give him a chance, man. This is the second year.
Travis in the building was good.
Yo, Ben Cleveland is gonna be good. I'm telling you. He's on. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different. You was on the right or your career unit on the left, so there's a little bit of adjustment. But
be killing it. Okay,
appreciate it. He is definitely going to be better. But again, if we go lineman, we go offensive lineman that first round, you are not sitting him. So we got to get somebody that's going to make some type of, make plays. We need jokers that's going to be playmakers. They don't have to start per se offhand the first year. They're going to get rotated in. Mm-hmm. Davis going to rotate in. By next year, he'll be starting. Or by the end of the year, he'll be starting. Petrie, another one. We don't know what's going to happen. How many more years Chuck got on his what's the name?
Who, Chuck?
Yeah. He got 2 more years?
I don't think he got 2.
You sure? Or another year?
I think he got another year.
We don't know if Chuck going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Petrie, he's strong safety. He got the speed. He's the dude always around the ball. Watch his highlights, bro. He's always making plays. And he play nickel. He can cover. He got the speed running a 4.44. So he can do what he needs to do. Nick Another dude, like it wasn't that I was trying not to pick receivers, Reg. I don't want you to think that. I was just trying to go by, okay, what was there? And every time, I'll be honest with you, by the time I got to Nick, after I picked Jalen Petrie, because he was too high on as far as the ranking. By the time I got to Nick, the next best receiver was, I don't even know the dude's name, from UCLA. He's 5'11". They say he's the ultimate slot player. I've never seen the dude play, so I couldn't even talk about him. And then after that, there was some dude from Nevada that I never heard of. And I was like, and they were way down the
talking about Romeo Dubes from Nevada, and then
Romeo Dubes from Nevada. What's his rank?
This dude was like he was the number 12th wide receiver.
I mean, what did they have him as a power rank? Because it was like way down the line. So if Marcus Jones is 69, he had to be like, he was further down. He was even further down than Kellen, the offensive tackle that I picked. Who, by the way, the reason why I picked him at the 4th round, he was still there. The reason why I picked him, his power ranking is ridiculous as far as like on running on. I think he had like a 95 grade. He only gave up one pressure on.
So I think he was talking about Kyle Phillips out of UCLA, 5'11", 191, 3-star recruit.
They said that. Yeah, they said. I mean, I didn't even look at the fact that he's a recruit. I just looked at the fact that he said he was the ultimate slot. He's an ultimate slot player. He's not playing outside. So we don't need any more slot players. We even our best receiver right now, who is Hollywood Brown, should be better, and he'll be better, twice as good as if he was playing in at the slot.
You don't think he's so strict gonna come and be the best receiver?
Huh?
So you don't think he's so strict gonna be the best receiver this year?
I think he might be. I mean, I don't put it past him. I look, 1A, 1B. I don't care. They both have different attributes. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like,
I just want to see Prochet. Let me just see Prochet come in there and get a decent workload, because they're gonna shock. I'm telling you, he's gonna shock the league, y'all.
It has. Look at it. It's gone up since his rookie year. He only had one catch.
Yeah.
Last year we had like almost 20.
Yeah, he had one catch, 2 targets in his rookie year.
When he's in there, this is the funny thing. When they give him burn, he's guaranteed to get like five catches, because anything that comes his way, he catches. So, again, we're going to get another receiver. We're going to get another receiver, but we're going to have to just the way that if the receiving draft is so deep, if it's that deep, that means you can find somebody. Yeah. You have to, and I understand what Graven is saying. I understand what Reg is saying as far as like, if we don't pick him in the high rounds, we're probably not going to use him. But I guess this is my bias, because I'm fully confident in what we have right now.
Right.
I think we had a steal on Tylan Wallace, and I think he was projected to go like late first, early second. And the only reason that he slid all the way to the 5th, because everybody was worried about his injury on his ACL.
Yeah.
But in the Senior Bowl, nobody could cover him. So what'd that tell you?
I want to go back and watch that Senior Bowl just to see him light it up, because I think Tylan Wallace is going to show up this year.
He can play outside and he can play inside.
Yeah, and I think he mostly played outside when he was in college.
Yeah, that's all he did is play outside out there.
Yeah, and the thing is, they sitting here saying he can only play, or he should only be able to do the inside, but ain't he the same height?
He even said it himself. They during camp, they interviewed him, and he said, "We see that they had you in the slot a lot." He said, "Yeah, they wanted me to work on the slot. I've never worked on the slot before." He only played. They were worried that he can only play on one side of the field, which was, I think, because in college they only had him on, I think, either the right or the left. And that's not a problem. This is, he just got to keep working. But the point being is he gets open. He's another one. I think between him and James Prochet, they got the best hands on the team.
Okay.
Because I seen Tylan get hit and still don't drop the ball. Like his first catch should have been against Cleveland, that Sunday night game, and he was like out of bounds. I think when Lamar threw the ball, but he tried to keep his feet in.
Yeah,
something they do in Oklahoma State, they always work on that. Being able to do that jump ball, or they reach out and trying to keep 2 feet in. But the man can catch the ball, man. He's a problem. He's going to be. I think he's. way underrated. And I think that we got a steal there because I think that's one of the reasons why they let go Miles, because they see the potential in Tylen. Tylen's what, 6 feet tall, 5'11", 6 feet.
Yeah, he's 6 feet. Yeah,
he has the speed,
and that's why I was just like, he the same height as Rashad, right? Ain't Rashad 6 or 6'1"?
They both know how to point the ball.
Yeah, they know how. You know how to climb the ladder. You know how to climb the ladder. It don't matter if you 6'1" or 6'4". You can climb it. You can climb it.
5'10" like Tariq Hill.
Yeah,
just climbing the ladder.
I said I do in high school. I mean, do like 5'6", and over here slapping the top of the white tape on the backboard. I'm like, hold up.
So I mean, I'm not. Again, it's not that I don't think that we're gonna get a receiver, because I definitely know that we need to now, because we only got 5 in the stable. Really, if we keep Ben Victor, we still gonna draft one. It doesn't matter. Or we're gonna bring somebody in free agency. I really hope. I'd rather us draft, because that way we develop on our own. You know what I mean? And every time it seems like we pull somebody in on free agency, that you just spent money on 2 first-round draft picks, they don't get the burn that they need. Now Hollywood was, but Bate wasn't getting what he needed to, and that's because of the injury, right? Because the plan was it was supposed to be either either Samuel or Hollywood in the slot, and Sammy on the outside. One of the two. It was supposed to be that way. So
here we go. D said it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Says some Ravens fans need to stop thirsting over veteran and early round wide receivers like they IG models. I like it. I like what you said there because of the fact, one, when it comes to that contract next year, we ain't gonna be able to afford it. That's $25 million for a veteran per year. And so that's gonna leave somebody on the outside. You gonna leave Hollywood on the outside? Because I know Lamar gonna go down with that.
Mm.
So I mean, we go bring a Deebo Samuel in. That's a 1-year rental, and we probably gonna have to pay out the wazoo for that. With either this year's 14th overall or some other type of compensation is probably unreasonable according to EDC. And then you go draft a top wide receiver. Like I said, you're leaving other holes in on the team elsewhere. There's other holes that can be filled. These wide receivers, first round, it shouldn't be a thing. Engraver said it, and I'm going to use this against him. He said, if you draft a wide receiver later, it doesn't allow them the opportunity to develop. Well, here we got players on the team that were not drafted high that have potential. They need the opportunity to develop.
That's what I was trying to get to, Derez. I apologize. I'm glad you explained it a lot better than I did. Yeah.
Like,
I can't believe you're still on my draft. Boy, I was getting.
So what about the
all types of shit?
So I know, right? We had to backhand everything because that little bit. So tell me about Rachaad White. Why'd you pick Rachaad White with number 23 or 123?
Well, he's a do-it-all running back,
mm-hmm.
and this dude just needed a little space, and he got great speed, great hands. I don't know exactly what they're doing out there in Arizona State, but I mean, obviously, Coach Edwards is doing something, man. He's trying to he's bringing everything, all these pros in to help school these kids, and they're doing something great. But White he's a monster. He's another one that came in the Senior Bowl, made a couple of runs. He had one run, he had like 25 yards. He almost took it to the house. But he's shifty. He can run you over a little, if he wants to. He's a good size too. I think he's 6'2", 6'1".
I got him at 6'1", 210.
And so
he's not physical, but he is elusive as all get out.
Yeah. So you think about if he really want to settle down as far as like weight wise, he might go up to 220.
Yeah.
If he wants to, or he can stay at that 210 because he's a strong dude. He's definitely a strong dude. I seen him he hurdled over somebody in the secondary on that 25-yard run. So he's not afraid to take any punishment. Like you said, he is elusive. He got great hands, and we need somebody behind JK, behind Gus that can actually come in and do that. And there's no shot at Justice Hill. It's just I don't know where he lies with the team. You know what I mean? Especially after the injury.
Free Tyson. Yeah, I tell you, man. Look, if this dude has a decent, I got to at least get a T-shirt or something to say "Free Tyson." So we're gonna get one.
Are they this year? Aren't they expanding the roster to like 50 something? Like it's 53 now, but aren't they expanding it like to 58 or something like that? So
I don't know. I think that
that's
just
more
screws the
players or
cap
something
up
like
more.
that.
Yeah, I
Or
think that screws up the cap. I know there's the rule of 51, but I still think that screws up the cap because
no,
you
they
got
expanding it because the cap is going up, but the fact that there were so many injuries,
yeah.
they were trying to avoid a lot of the injuries.
I mean, the practice squad went through the roof last
Yeah,
year. I think that they expanded that last year.
yeah.
And that makes a lot more sense because they were trying to get people to go through the protocols for COVID,
Yeah.
and then they would activate them on that Saturday evening if they felt that was what they needed for the roster. So, I mean, if they expanded the roster, I mean,
They expanding it. I think I heard them say that they were expanding. I could be wrong.
maybe they expand the people that are available on game day. Because
On the
usually you got 46 that are available on game day. Maybe they bump that number up.
I think I think it's up to. I think that part may be expanded. I definitely heard it was like. I definitely heard that the roster, of whoever's active, is. I think it's up to at least 48 broke free Tyson.
Yeah. Travis said, yeah, that play week 1 with Tyson got G-Roll hot and he didn't play for weeks. It's a mesh point. The mesh point is sometimes it takes a while to get down. You got to be able to understand when that quarterback is ready to keep that football and when he wants to take it with. It's ultimately his decision. You just have to run with whatever he's saying or whatever the decision is, because he's the one peeking, he's the one looking and doing the read the entire time. Yeah, you hungry, you want it, but sometimes you got to let that thing go.
The thing about, I know y'all like Tyson. I think that his running style don't really fit what they trying to do because they want you to hit the hole hard. And I think he's a patient runner because even looking at him at BYU, I didn't see any clips of him when he's at South Carolina, but looking at him at BYU when he was with Zach, they did their RPO, but he was always, he always paused because they were always doing something with the line.
That dude was explosive, though. Like out of all the running backs we had last year, you could see pure explosion with this
when
dude.
they get going, yeah. But I think that that hezzy, he always had like that hezzy on it, like because you used to running a stretch, you always looking for that gap and then you take off.
Yeah.
So you gotta be patient. That's the thing that made Le'Veon Bell so amazing. Like he was like patient, just wait a little bit, go. Wait a little bit, wait, and that's how Tyson he reminds me of that. How he runs a little bit. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's just saying Harbs is unfair with the doghouse. He chooses who he puts in for the same things that many do. I can agree with that. I think sometimes with what was it, Bernard Pierce, like first fumble of the season or whatever, that was it for him. It was over. He completely doghouse.
After Ray Rice was gone?
I think so. Yeah. Because everybody was looking for Bernard Pierce to be that starter. Then next thing you know, they brought in, I think it was Terrence West and everybody else.
Justin, what's my man name? That made the Pro Bowl. Number 29. Justin Forsett.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they had who in mind, and they were like, Bernard screwed us up. He done, and then it was done. I was just like, man,
you were really upset with him because he had the weed charge, and then he was doing something stupid. Like
I think Harlow had a lot on his
that
was that year he was having to deal with PEDs from players.
Yeah, he was
for injuries or other medical issues, and everybody was making excuses, and Harlow was just fed up with it. So he was like, everybody getting it. He was Oprah straight up, like, you get the doghouse, everybody gets the doghouse.
No, Red saying the same thing that I said. He said he got burst. He does have bursts. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. He is patient. He runs like Bell. That's why I didn't understand when they got picked up Bell. I was like, I don't even think this system is right for him. Like, you can be patient on certain plays with, when we pulling, but it's a power gap scheme. Like, you gotta be able, when Lamar give you that ball, ain't no two-stepping. You gotta get ghost.
Taking to get going. And that's why I like Gus. Gus is one of them guys like, all right, racehorse, gone.
Yeah. And he used to it because they did it at Miami.
Yeah.
They did it at Miami, and then when he went to Rutgers, they did the same thing. So, that's why JK it worked for him. You just with a mobile quarterback with Justin, so it doesn't hurt at all. But go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna move on down to Dominique Robinson. I think you already mentioned it. He was owning Penning in the Senior Bowl. They said this guy's got just explosion, like he shot out of a cannon. Is the words that were used in describing his talent level. It says he's strong for his size, so his size is 6'5", 253 pounds.
Still learning the position.
Yeah, they say he's got good lower body flexibility, and that is very key when it comes to that bend that you need. But they said he's got a thin lower half, and so it could possibly be issues when it comes to when you don't have that good grounding. Next thing you know, injuries end up piling up because you don't have that strength down there.
Yeah, but that's because you switching from he used to be a receiver. You switching him to DN. He's still learning it. This will be in the league. This will be his actual third year playing outside linebacker. So if you able to do, that's raw talent for real, like raw talent. If you able to do what you're doing, for especially this senior year more than his junior year, if you able to come off and he whooped on Penning. I'm just putting it out there. There was all this talk about Penning, and honestly, I didn't like when he threw old boy from Ohio State to the ground.
Yeah, it was the play was done.
After he threw him, he went and plopped on him like, this is practice.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is like, yeah, I mean, he could have caused him some serious injury or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this is supposed to work. Like, y'all practicing and you just tossing him, and he didn't have to. That was just too much. Like, he thought it was funny. That's like being a goofball. To me,
yeah, I think that's definitely dirty as heck. I feel like, honestly, if that would have been one of the things that caused a huge fight at camp. Somebody got full on punched. Yeah. He comes into training camp trying to pull that same crap. So let's see. Big Red says Harbs is a leader, but he's not a great head coach. I disagree.
Hard to do that, Reg.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of people that hate John Harbaugh.
He's the second winning, was the second or third winning head coach in the league.
Yeah, and he is the second longest tenured coach in the league right now.
Tomlin?
Yeah, I think him and Tomlin got hanging. Yeah, Tomlin got him by a year. So the third longest tenured coach in the league right now. So it's Belichick, Tomlin, and him.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just the leadership. The thing about offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then head coach, they all require different things. That's why head coaches or like defensive coordinators sometimes don't pan out as great head coaches. Offense coordinators don't pan out as great head coaches because you have to go from a strategic mindset to one that has to handle the entire team. You go from dealing with analytics and dealing with different plays and building schemes for one side of the ball to managing 53 millionaires plus the practice squad. So you're managing all these guys and you're trying to get them in the right mode, the right mindset to go win a football game week by week. And you're handling personnel issues on the side, trying to figure out what the nutrition is or what their physical regimen is each week, what the tendencies of this next defense that they're going to be facing, the next offense. There is so much that goes into being a head coach, not just this scheme. And then it's personnel decisions and having to make the tough calls or stick to your guns because that's what you know. Harbaugh took a choice and he stuck to his guns and he stuck with G-Roll because he knew what G-Roll was capable of, and it was in his opinion that scheme fits best with Lamar. Are we saying that it's the best idea? No, but I'm saying it's what they going with, and I'm practicing followership and rocking with what's there.
And I know we were talking about earlier about Flacco as far as like him having different offensive coordinators. He had Cam Cameron for 5 years, so can't say that we can't really be upset with Giro being there for actually 4 years as the OC. He was there as the tight end coach. He was he was a run game coordinator, but he still wasn't the one making the plays. He still wasn't the one making the, calling the plays that was on. What up, bro?
He likes your mock. He likes your mock.
Thank you, sir. Somebody, at least somebody. Reg hates me right now. Reg
I like the mock, man. I do like the mock. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I wasn't big on getting a wide receiver like first round at all. I'll be honest. No first round wide receiver. Second round, maybe. But I still think Petrie is a pretty solid corner and a good option to have. I was thinking Roger McCreary there or something along those lines.
He wasn't there.
Yeah. And
see, that's what I'm saying. I had to go by what was there. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
But I had to go by what was there. Like, if he was there, I would have picked him. And McCreary, I think he went, I can't remember where he went, but all I know, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. It was Petrie, and then still Sam Howell was up there, and a couple, I don't want no quarterback. So he wasn't there. But go ahead. If it's a different player after the first round, bro, if it's a different player that you would think of, and it's the same position, put it that way. If I didn't get him, it's probably most likely because he wasn't there, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. That's what I felt. I felt like, there was options that I really wanted. There were things that I really wanted, but I was like, okay, they're sliding off the board. There's not much I could do. I could replay this draft over and over again to see if I could get them.
Yeah.
But on draft night, ain't nobody hitting no reset button. This ain't no daggone Nintendo 64 or whatever. You ain't getting that reset,
Red's talking slick, yo.
He hot right now because I went on my little tangent here. So anyway, he says, Brandon, just another brainwashed Ravens fan. It's only a few that thinks outside the box. Look, Reg, you not just outside the box. You outside the box, down the street, skipping church and everything.
Reg still didn't answer my question. My question is, if everybody is healthy, Ronnie Stanley, the whole line is healthy. If everyone is healthy on both sides of the ball, where do we lack on offense and where do we lack on defense? Who has more holes? Pause. You know what I'm saying. Who needs more help? The offensive side or the defensive side, Reg? And if you tell me offense, then you have tunnel vision.
He got blinders on.
What you want.
He got blinders on. Let me help him, man, because that's all he see right now. That's all he see right now.
Take the legend off. Take the legend off. and just focus real quick, Reg. If you compare our offensive line to our defensive line, which one is weaker right now? Everybody healthy. I think the defensive line. We ain't gonna even talk about quarterback. We're gonna skip that. We're going running backs and receivers. Do we have players that can make plays and that are elite? We do.
The needs are right there.
Go ahead. Go down elite.
The needs
and right, this is not even in order, sir. So don't take it there, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Reggie. Mr. Reginald.
That's the needs. Offensive line. Defensive line.
I'm going to call you Reginald because you acted
inside linebacker. And then maybe after these things have been addressed, wide receiver.
And this is not even in order. This is not in order.
It's not in order. No.
Not in order. I
can tell you right now, if one of these on that board at 14, I think everything except for offensive line will be picked.
This is only
offensive line and inside linebacker. So we'll say defensive line, edge, and corner. If they are sitting there,
the main three. That's the main three because that's what we're old in the front. That's one. Number two, we had too many injuries on the back end. We done been down this road before with Hobbs. And you know what's funny? It's funny that he said that Hobbs is overrated or whatever Red said. But have you noticed the two losing seasons that we did have with Hobbs, with all the injuries? We still only lost by like 3 points in each game. Jermaine, why is she blaming you, bro?
She blaming me because I guess I brought up. Did I bring up wide receiver? I thought he brought up the wide receiver. Maybe I was wearing the shirt. Yeah, it was my fault.
Yeah. We're not gonna blame Reg. This man has his own mind, Mr. Reginald. Don't blame Jermaine Brooke. What did he say? Chill. What? We signed defensive line.
No, you talking about? Okay, down here. So he's saying we signed defensive line and got young guys. What happened to Malik Harrison and Christian Welch at linebacker?
What happened? Good question. What happened?
Exactly.
Hold on. I got him. Hold on, tag me. Tag me. I got him. Look, we signed Pierce. He's not young. He's not that young.
Yeah.
What's Pierce? 29?
Yeah. I think
years on him.
Yeah.
Calais Campbell. How old is Calais?
Old as dirt. He's 35, 36, something like that.
Don't get me wrong. I love Calais, but we need to get younger because he ain't going. This is really it's a 2-year deal, but it's really a 1-year deal. Yeah. And then we got Derek Wolf, who is also on the other side of 30.
Yeah.
You got three. If that's the starting lineup, you got 3 defensive linemen that probably won't be there other than Pierce for another. If you count 3 years down the line, only Pierce will probably be there. That's it. Then you got Matabike. Then you got Broderick Washington. And then we re-signed Isaiah Mack. But you don't have anybody that's elite. Matabike could get there. I'm not knocking him because he could get there. He did have a first-round grade on him. Broderick can probably get there. But you still need to get younger. That's only 2 players. So
I think
and Malik, we don't know what Malik is. Christian Russ was an undrafted free agent. Mm-hmm. He's decent. He showed a little bit still.
So I think you got something wrong on this part right here. Not you. I'm talking about Big Reg.
No.
So, talking about Boyle. Not in that tight end. So the thing about the blocking tight end is it's not a glorious position. It's just not. It is one of those things where you got to go in and people are thinking that you're not producing, but he's blocked. He was brought in because of his ability to block, not because of his ability to receive. Now, he's been unhealthy, and he's coming back. But this is one of those things. The revenge tour. Everybody healthy with a blocking tight end there to help Mark Andrews on the other side. It could really. I want to see 3 tight end sets. To be honest with you, give me that 3rd tight end. I want to see something like 2019 again, just sporadically to mix things up.
I think Josh Allen was going to be better this year. I mean, he was decent. He was decent last year.
That could be a pass catching tight end.
Yeah, he is a pass catching tight end. So
and so you keep Boyle, you keep Andrews, but you get Josh Oliver and you straight, or get that dude from Maryland.
Yeah, he had 12 catches this year. He did decent.
Elite wide receiver. Give Bateman a chance, bro. Give Bateman a chance. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen the flashes. We've seen the Miami game. We've seen the Chargers game. We've seen the Vikings game. We've seen this dude was balling when he was in there.
Reg is like the playback. If we draft another receiver, we draft another first round receiver, and he don't do nothing. We gotta get another one.
Hold on. Let's talk about this backups a chance on offense, not defense. Let's talk about giving the backups a chance on defense. Do you remember that Cincinnati set an entire record against the backups?
Hold on, bro. How you want to give the backups for defense a chance, but you don't want to give Bateman a chance when he was a first round draft?
I don't understand.
You something else, sir.
Like Burrow come out and set a record against these backup corners. Do you want these backup corners starting now? Still giving this opportunity? When these backup wide receivers got their opportunity, they showed up.
Hold up. Did you hear what PQ said?
What did he say?
He said not to knock anybody that came out there. He said, but it's hard to go from an all pro corner to with Marcus Peters and Marlon to guys that are not to their level, and there's no knock
off the couch.
Not even before that though. It ain't like you got a lead corner sitting on the bench. Like quiet as kept. Anthony Averett did his thing. I'm not. A lot of people don't like, but he did a damn good job.
Healthy Jimmy was still able to do things on the outside and on the inside against tight ends.
I don't know why he got a 1-year deal. Maybe he just he feel like he got to prove it because of everything's changing. But he should have got paid. He lined up against whoever was out there and he did a good job. But Reg, man, you ain't never gonna be happy. You never said. Red, you backpedaling, brother. You be backpedaling. Boy, you a backpedaling ass motherfucker.
Oh boy.
Backpedaling ass motherfucker.
Let me see. He said, I'm talking about adding to
I stopped watching Harlem Nights,
just
man.
like y'all talking about adding to PP, Marlo, and Marcus. Okay, so I know you want to bolster this offense, but it leaves legit problems on the defense if you go first round trying to solve those problems.
I gotta stop watching Harlem Nights at night. I come up in here and want to, you dirty mother.
Shot me in my
Reggie, all types of names.
The
rest of the orange juice shooting blind mother. Go ahead.
We need a big, but okay. So Lawrence,
we do. The guy that I had up there from Notre Dame is a big body receiver.
Yeah, it was the Austin dude.
Something? Austin.
Kevin Austin Jr. So they said he got good burst, nice size, good catch radius, 6'2", 215 pounds. But he had like 7 touchdowns, I think, in college, 888 yards off 48 catches.
They said they just saying that he's the reason why he's so low, and I watched a few drafts, Scapegoat, a few other people just talk about him, and then I watched NFL Network. But the reason why they say he's so low because they scared of the one year wonders.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He only had one super productive year at Notre Dame because he finally got his chance to really start. But all you can do is all you can do. You just work.
Baby needs shoes, wife need clothes. Okay, so he likes Bo Melton a little bit more. Little guy, but he's a beast.
Bo can kick return too. You know about Bo up in Ruckus, brother. You know about Bo. You know about Bo up in Ruckus. Bo, shoot your pinky toe, Red. I'm gonna shoot it off. Right off. Shoot it right off, Reg.
So Jelani and Chig, and now that's Raven talk. Okay. I don't know what do you think about Bo? Tell me a little bit about Bo. I'm not sure too much about Bo.
He did do some kick return and punt return in the Senior Bowl, but he's a speedster. But they rebuilding that whole Ruckus. When Soprano got back there, remember how good they were when Ray Rice was there, the head coach. He came back last year.
Okay.
After trying to be the head coach for Tampa Bay, and then he took some time off. But they rebuilding that whole stock, man. They're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem in the Big Ten soon. But as far as Bo is concerned, he's just early in the game. Like he has it. He got good hands. He can play outside. He's a little light. He probably need to put a couple pounds on. But running a 4.3, what he ran a 4.38 or something like that. He's a burner.
So Boykin, honestly, I just don't think his route running was the issue. I think it was the dog. And I know that's a non-measurable factor on the stat line, but like honestly, they should have like an aggressiveness factor stat or something like that. If they could measure, like remember how they had the Old Spice factor or something like that on Madden, there should be an aggressiveness factor when it comes to each player.
And sorry, to cut you off. And they lost James Washington. That's why they signed him. They only have.
They ain't got Ray McLeod.
3 receivers on their roster right now.
I thought they had like 5 on their roster right now.
Not that played. I'm saying the ones that played. I can't remember the short dude, the one that was a slot receiver.
It was Ray.
The 17. Was it Ray? What his name is?
Ray McLeod or something like that.
Him. They got and they have Claypool. James Washington is a free agent, and Juju left. So, that's the reason.
It'd be interesting to see him make the roster and see what he can do. See what Trubisky would do with him. Because I think there's so many unknowns there. I mean, you got Anthony Miller. That's the small slot guy you was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they the reason why I brought up other teams, and obviously they run a different offense, and we are a run first team. All I'm saying is that you can find what you said earlier. You can find some gems in the later rounds. We found 2 of them. Actually, we found 3. Two of them had a chance to show up this year in the second year. I'm talking about Prochet and Duvernay. Duvernay showed up a little bit his rookie year because he plays kick return.
Yeah.
Two of them had a chance to show up in the second year. I'm expecting the same thing to happen with Wallace next year. I'm expecting him to go from only having one catch to having 30.
Multiple, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, he may have more than that, depending on where they play him. If he's playing on the outside, he's better on the outside than Duvernay and Prochet because they really didn't play that in college. They both played in the slot, and they both really are slot receivers, just a different way. I think Duvernay can go on the outside more because of his speed, but again, just it's going to be good. Like we played their route running. Everybody's doing good, bro. They're doing better. Like Duvernay got great hands too. Like that. They kept showing that play when we played Minnesota. They just,
it's a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone, right? On the right side.
Yeah, people keep forgetting, and it wasn't no bobble. He snagged it out the air. Like, he got hands. He made it.
Lamar threaded the needle on that joint.
Oh yeah, even in the Detroit game, he has hands. He has the game. He's gotten even better in his route running. But you got to remember, Tyreek Hill was projected as a first-round draft pick. He wasn't a first-round draft pick. I know it was off the field issues, but he, again, I said this to Engraven too. He didn't even with that being said, Tyreek Hill's first 3 years, actually, to be honest with you, it was his second year, very similar to Duvernay. He became an all-pro kick returner. And then the following year, I remember this because Jalen Ramsey, they when Jacksonville was coming out that hot year, Ramsey was like, "Oh, he's a, he was like, what do you think about him as a receiver?" He's all right. He's all right. He's all right. He's a Pro Bowl corner. A kick returner to me. And Tyreek Hill gave him the business that game. This was Patrick. This is Patrick Mahomes' MVP season.
Yeah,
he gave him the business. So let's not act like it can't happen.
Yeah, I just think like when it comes to wide receiver versus corner right now, our wide receiver core is stronger than our backup corner core. Our backup wide receiver core is stronger than our backup corner core.
We ain't got no backup corners that you really think about it right now.
It's just guys off the streets. I mean, you're talking about Kevon Seymour and some Robert Jackson.
Yeah, we got
and just lame. I'm sorry, not lame. But guys that definitely need development.
Yeah.
But the guys that are the skills guys that are the backups for the Baltimore Ravens wide receivers, they ready. They are ready and looking for opportunities to make plays and can make those plays. Those corners that we have, they are not ready to make those plays, those backups, because our starters are solid except for the slot. We still looking. We need that slot.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
I mean, unless what's my man that got hurt last year? Unless he steps up, I can't think of his name. He was a free agent, and we picked him up. He played during the COVID year, number 31. But he played decent. I think it's Tracy. He played decent. All of the ones that they brought back, they all can play. They all can play in the slot. They're not outside receivers. Outside corners. We don't have any outside corners other than Brandon Stevens.
Yeah.
That can back up either one of them.
Yeah, of course, we're looking to see what Iman Marshall does, but I'm not. If I'm going into the draft, I'm not banking that Iman Marshall is healthy again. I'm going to draft a replacement.
Yep.
I'm going to draft a replacement for Jimmy Smith because we don't know how much gas he got back in the tank or if he's retiring or what.
Jimmy know he done. He ain't got Jimmy done. Jimmy gonna be there to help coach jokers up.
Yeah, and it's like I need those replacements for those type guys because I need that outside. I need that outside depth because who's to say that Peters, goes down again? Who's to say that Hump gets hurt? We need somebody. And that Harbaugh said it himself. You can never have enough corners.
Yep. You never have enough corners. Never have enough pass rushers. I see Red saying Brandon Stevens is our slot. He can play the slot, but I don't. He's not. His cover. He's not a. He didn't play. He can play all over.
Yeah, he's a
like
multiple
more,
position guy. He's a
he's
jack
like
of
more
all
the
trades.
Joker. You got to think about it like that. Like you want him to match up. We're not going to say you're not going to put Brandon Stevens out there on a just use Pittsburgh for example. You're not going to put Brandon Stevens out there on a Deontay Johnson.
Oh,
No,
oh Lord.
you saw what happened when he put him on him. And I got to give Brandon a little bit of credit for even being lined up on him. Like he didn't know he tried to cover him, but he's too shifty.
That's like putting Brandon Carl on Antonio Brown. We saw what happened.
Yeah,
got roasted.
And when and if they were going to do that, in my opinion,
Chico, hold up, Chico. Why you being disrespectful, man? hold on. This man said Jimmy Toast.
Jimmy,
hold up, man.
He can't do it no more. He did his job, but this is the thing. Even when they put Brandon out there, why didn't they just tell he's a big corner anyway? Press him. He should have been pressing Deontay Johnson. He shouldn't have. I'm not giving that Joker no space.
Yeah,
I'm getting in his grill and I'm punching him straight in his chest as soon as he tried to come off the line.
I think I would have flipped that though. I think AA should have been over there on Deontay.
Well, no, he was hurt. I'm talking about this is the last game. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh game, the last game of the season. Remember, Westry was on him, and then he got hurt.
Yeah,
and then they had to move Brandon Stevens over the corner.
Yeah, it was just a bad game. It was a bad year. It's a really bad year.
Man, we was that was the last hurrah, bro. And that I think that game epitomized our whole season all in one with the injuries.
It really sucked to let the bad guy win. Let Big Ben roll off into the sunset with a W over us for history. But there was nothing that the Ravens could do about that situation. It was just everything that could have been done was done there. We just had basically to hold on until the offseason.
You went down to we went down to the wire with a good against a good defense. With backup running backs, backup quarterback. We had no secondary. We losing players left and right.
Wait, what did he say about Prochet? Hold on. He said, Chico, you're not about to slander my boy Prochet. You protecting a wide receiver on the roster? What? Hold up. What did he say? What did Chico say?
What Chico say about Prochet cheeks?
Peace, TD, love.
Choke.
Prochet stand.
Prochet cheeks.
Oh, he said trade Prochet for a fifth. Man, hold up. Grab a tight end.
Chico, you smoking. You smoking something real good.
He is 420. He is 420 all the way up.
Chico said, I don't know how you say Prochet his cheeks, brother. I don't need that. I'm sorry. I don't know what game you've been watching.
Where are you getting this Prochet going to the Panthers? Dude, you got that lace. Nana Kush.
What did he say?
He said Prochet going to the Panthers.
For what?
I don't
know. What are you going to the Panthers for?
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he just, like I said, that Kush is so good right now. He just all over the place.
Chill out, Chico.
This dude. But yeah, when it comes down to it, we got to get corners. We got to get corners that can cover, that can actually come in and be ready to cover number one type wide receivers. And I know it sucks, that okay, we're depleted at that position so much that yes, ultimately Ravens fans have been brainwashed because every year we used to want wide receivers at the draft every single year. Now we got them. We got them. We just got to let them go. Let them do their thing. Let them build that chemistry with their QB. We can't just be gushing over everything that's in free agency thinking they should come to Baltimore and stop trying to get EDC fired just because you didn't get the guy that you wanted out of free agency.
You know what it is? You looking over like you always say, you looking over the gate. You see, why we ain't got him? Why we ain't got him? Well, part of the reason why we ain't got him because we don't pick in the top 10. Yeah. I'm really talking about Jamal Chase because that's who everybody. We ain't got no. Jamal Chase.
Last year, I was gushing.
Hey, Jamal Chase is one of a kind. I'm not saying I'm not saying Rashad Bateman can't get to that level. I'm definitely not saying Hollywood can't get to that level, but he's one of a kind, and he was in the top 10 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's the top 10.
They take Sauce Stingley in the first round, but is that realistic? Are they going to be there? If they're there, yeah. If they're there, heck yeah, let's do it.
With this draft, Reg, if you don't stop focusing on, I'm trying to tell you, brother, what's going on?
Pull his belt off.
This is who. If everybody is available, this is who I'm picking. I didn't do it that way. I did it with the PF and allowed them to pick their players, and then I was just picking for the Ravens for who was there once I got there. Duffy was going, just going down the line. Stingley was definitely going. Sauce went to Detroit in this doggone draft. He went to Detroit, number 2 pick. So I'm going with what's there. Okay, can we wait to get a corner? Because now the top 3 are off the board. I'm not saying there'll be a reach for get Andrew Booth because he did come see Baltimore. He did come to visit. I'm not saying that's a reach to get Andrew Booth, but I'm looking at this defensive line, and we don't have no type of interior pressure. We have nothing.
So he wants to know what do we think about Tariq Woolen?
What do you think about him?
I think he's the thing is he's tall. He's tall. He's 6'4". He's a burner. He can stay in the hip pocket of the corners, but I mean, you 200 pounds. And to be honest, I like my corners sitting around anywhere from 5'11" to 6'2". If they get a little bit taller than that, sometimes I start to wonder, like, hey, what's the bend? What's the ability to turn those hips? Usually the height doesn't it equates to you don't have those flexible hips. So I mean, there's 1 or 2 players who are like phenomenal talents who can flip those hips at that height. But usually, if you're tall like that, you're stiff.
I mean, in the senior ball, he did a decent job. He showed that he could stay with the elite in the senior ball. He's still working on his technique and everything. In the combine, they said that if he would be better off going to a team that runs more man to man than zone because of how because of his straight line speed and everything like that. So.
But they were saying his awareness is off. Sometimes he has those random misses, and I think he gave up two big plays in one of the bigger games. I think it was the Conference USA. He was beaten for 2 touchdowns in the first quarter against Western Kentucky in 2021. Mm-hmm. Has a lack of awareness and some undisciplined eyes, but for the most part, he looks the part. Broad-shouldered, athletic guy, and his weight's evenly distributed. They said athleticism was this thing. But athleticism was Miles Boykin's thing as well. So I'm just saying, when it comes to these tall guys, don't just look at the height.
But the thing that I like about him
is just look at the speed.
What he's doing, what they said in the combine. I forgot what retired cornerback. He was a really good cornerback. He's working with him on his technique, and that tells you how much he wants to make it really happen for himself. So he's not just sticking to his guns of what he learned in college and working with the college coaches. He's working with somebody that was in the pros that can do it. He could. I think he could be a nice fit. I mean, we found him late in the round. Again, that was somebody I was trying to grab. He's still ranked like 102 on the PFF. That's what they have him listed. Mm-hmm. But if he's there, I mean, I think he could work. I'm not putting it past him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Westry started getting better and better as time went on. But Westry's biggest problem was that he couldn't stay on the field. Like every now and then, you always hurt. Like he missed 3 games, and then he missed, like even the Pittsburgh game. He doing well, and then he gets injured again. So he got to work on staying healthy for Westry. So I wish him luck in Carolina. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're saying we got more capital than any team has had in the first 4 rounds of the last 6 years, so we can move up if we want. There can be some moving up, and like I said, last year we went into camp with 10 guys out the draft. It was just entirely too many, so that could pose a problem going in with just as many picks. Granted, EDC did say, hey, if he had 12 picks, that kind of be more of like a magical number because he knows that he could hit on 6 of those 12 picks. or at least that's what his ideal situation would be, was like hitting on the 6 after drafting 12. But I mean, are you cutting some of these guys? Are you trading some of those guys in the end that you don't think that panned out as well?
I wonder if that's his move. Like, is that what his plan was, to do that from the beginning? I don't think he wanted. I mean, the only two that he let go. Well, he traded what, Sean Wade,
Yep, to the Pats,
and he traded
the fullback, right? Bar.
no, he traded but he wasn't drafted last year. It was the second year offensive lineman. He traded him to the Giants.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
that's fair, was it?
I forgot it. It was another Ben.
Yeah,
Bens. But he traded. He wasn't going to work in the scheme.
yeah.
What makes sense, and I don't know about Wade. Maybe Wade is more of a slot corner than the outside corner, and they had him on the outside. He was getting destroyed. Even they kept saying in camp he was getting destroyed. So
Now I thought they had drafted, Ricard's replacement, and then they got rid of him because they didn't have the room. I mean, they weren't going to keep two fullbacks.
yeah, I think that, because I don't think they thought they was going to be able to sign him, but now
Yeah,
he's back.
Bredeson. Yeah, Ben Bredeson.
No, Ben Bredeson was the guard from Michigan. Yeah, now we got Ben. We still got Ben Mason. That's the full. They brought him back, but what you gonna do with him? Is he there? Is he insurance? Because we don't know if Nick Boles is going to be ready, because he's listed as a tight end / fullback, and he can block. Did you bring him back?
It's like, well, I think with Ricard back now, I don't think that they keep him on at the end. He doesn't make a 53-man roster. This is a camp body for reps.
Yeah, and then you got to put him on the practice squad again, because nobody else really carries fullbacks with us. I mean, so he gonna have to ride with that, unless he want to go and play, on these other leagues. But I mean, I'd rather keep him. You got to keep, you're gonna have to keep him on the practice squad. I mean, they did pick him up, and he's on the practice squad. Like the same thing like they did with when they brought back last year, when they brought back man, I can't think of his name. Free safety. Well, strong safety. They got him listed as strong safety. Geno Stone. Yeah. So you gotta just put him on the practice squad. I mean, if Ricard is not ready, and he looks jacked, he looked like he's more ripped this year.
Oh yeah, I'm like, that ain't no 300-some pounds right there. Either that or he is wearing it really well.
He probably slimmed down a little bit. That might help him out too.
They asked some days like, did you even take a vacation? He said he did go somewhere with the wife. So that is cool to see them enjoy themselves, but still take care of their craft. I still am wondering, like, where the heck is Hollywood? Like, I mean, they're grinding a little bit, but why is he not with Lamar?
Well, I don't even. Lamar just seemed like he's just out there. He's still working. I don't know. Hollywood probably in Florida working.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the social media presence isn't what it was last year, and I know it has to do with the NFT and the whole taking all of the Ravens sort of stuff off the page and stuff. But I know that was for NFT purposes, and it was also for the gaming channel, because he's like, hey, find me in these avenues, not these ones here.
Right.
So that's not a bad thing. It's just like, hey, we're used to seeing this guy, hook up with Lamar, them travel down to Arizona or hang out at a gas station or something, and we seeing him saying like, hey, I didn't get the invite here. It wasn't to the invite to go work out. It was an invite to the birthday party bash or something like that. So yeah, he was gaming during the same time that Lamar was actually working at the Chick-fil-A.
So I mean, I'm sure they good. But if that's the case, you got to ask with Mark Andrews, because I ain't seen him on anything. I ain't seen no workouts for him either.
Yep. So, yeah, like where is he at? Where's the skill of them?
We gonna keep it under wraps and just work, and then we'll come back ready.
Yeah, like I want to see what Wallace. I want to see Wallace actually out there grinding. I want him to go get with Lamar and like, hey man, let's go hook up. I know that Bateman is mostly out in Cali the majority of the time. So like I thought that's why Lamar went out there to Cali, was because Bateman was out there.
But I think everybody they got their own off-season workouts, and that's why they probably not all back yet, because maybe they still haven't finished up their program. Because you buying packages from spending all this money with these people,
Mm-hmm.
You got to finish before you walk out that door. But you better finish because if you don't finish, you're gonna hurt yourself. And you wasting dough.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think I
why
might have to go chasing down and do some more investigative work to figure out where the rest of these guys are.
Calais Campbell ain't there, Michael Pierce ain't there.
It took me a while to find Hollywood, but then I just remembered he was a gamer and I just jumped on the Twitch. So
But you saw him on in the story. He was working out, and I think
yeah,
I think he's still like doing all that with his, with bare feet. I think he's really still trying to strengthen that foot.
yeah,
Because it didn't look like the normal place where he normally like he's doing all the speed drills and everything like that. It didn't look like he was doing that. I think he's just trying to strengthen everything, man. I don't see, I don't know, I don't see anything crazy going on because I'm sure Lamar's like when I get back to Florida, we working, but he out in Cali trying to get everything right, man. And that coach that he's with is one of the best quarterback coaches, is he not? The guy that he's out that he's working with.
oh yeah, 3D QB. Yeah, 3D QB worked with the Mannings before. He's worked for a couple of top draft picks from this year
Mm.
and last year. So it's a pretty solid QB coach there. So, and I mean, it looks like you know what he's talking about. You know, and he sees the craft or the weaknesses of where Lamar is, and he continues to make him work on that one or two things that is like that we saw as weaknesses, as far as the deep shot to the left side of the field. He wanted him to perfect that. Like he had him going at it and over and over and over. Like, hey, you're gonna get this, and then throwing distractions in his face to help him feel like there's real time situation stuff going on. So you can see that. Let's see what Chico said here. So Baltimore's running backs are just as
That's what I'm
injured.
making a face at. But go ahead.
Yeah, just as injured as their cornerbacks. So why not draft a running back before a cornerback? Since Baltimore's run game is what has led to the Steelers signing Miles Jack.
You gotta look at value, brother. I think you're just looking at names. You gotta look at value. Think about it. First of all, the best athlete on the field is usually the corners. That's number one. Number two,
Mm-hmm.
again, value. You could get a running back quicker than you can find a shutdown corner. So you got to look at the value. I mean, I'm not unless it's Adrian Peterson or somebody like that. You should not be drafting no running back.
Yeah, I mean, we go running back first round. That's a draft F. That is that's a draft F. I'm gonna be honest with you because you got J.K. Dobbins and you got Gus Edwards and you got Tyson.
Yeah.
Those are three solid. And I mean, I'm not even. We still got Justice Hill on the roster, right?
I believe so. I mean,
So
look, if the second round come around,
yeah.
If something happened and the second round come around and EDC surprises and get like what's my man from Michigan State, Walker, or Ohio State. If he do that, then somebody. Number one, somebody out the door. That's number one.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the rating's already on the wall for Justice Hill.
Yeah, so that's number one. But number two,
I think he's
got so many other needs. Why would I can't even see EDC even doing anything foolish like that? Like most draft analysts that are Baltimore, this is gonna make Reg upset. Most of them said if they could go all defense, they would go all defense. Don't shoot the messenger, brother. I'm just going by what the draft analysts are saying about Baltimore because there's so many problems. That's why I say I had to really think about that. I can see that in the fourth, definitely in the fourth.
There's plenty of picks in the fourth. If they want to shove one on a running back, they got 5 of them.
You got a lot to play with. You're right about that, Delicious. Like that's why I keep saying if you line everybody up and they're healthy, I had to really think about it when they said that. If you do line everybody up and they're healthy, and where we have playmakers and where we don't, we are hurt on that back end. I'm glad we got Williams at free safety because we got a true ball hawk. We haven't had one in a long time. That's going to actually be here for some years, and we need to get back. I just want to get back to playing Baltimore football, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the ground and pound with excellent defense is something that. So every team in the league right now is usually planning to stop some magnificent air attack until they get to the Baltimore Ravens. And then they got to figure out how they're going to stop a scheme that they haven't planned for all year long. And it's they only got a week of game planning, couple of installs before they have to get on a plane to try and stop Lamar Jackson in a ground-centric based offense that is explosive. That's the thing. Y'all, like we score, but we score differently.
I mean, we can still hit them in the air. It's not like we had the pieces to hit them in the air. I don't mind getting another receiver, but again, we shouldn't be going the first. When you have that many deficiencies on the defense, you shouldn't have to go first. You know what I mean? Not first or second round. In my opinion, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I fully agree. I think second round maybe, but first round no. Not at all. I think, if there's an opportunity, if it falls correctly, if somehow Jameson Williams slides like crazy to the second, and let's say he's sitting there at pick number, let's say 35, and we got 45. I imagine 2 4th rounds getting tossed out the window at this team or another team saying, "Hey, we want to pick up Jameson Williams," and I will be just fine with that.
Hold on, I'm just trying to understand, Reg. What you saying? They don't worry about that in the playoffs. Who don't worry about? They don't worry about what in the playoffs? Running the
he going off the.
No. Let him explain. Don't even answer for him. Don't even answer for him. Couch. Let him explain. They don't
shot across the bow. It's the typical fallback excuse as to why people want a wide receiver. It is the Stephen A. Smith fallback whenever the Ravens win a game. Every time the Ravens win a game regular season, Stephen A. said, "Oh, well, they ain't convinced me yet because they ain't won nothing in the playoffs." And every time
anyway, justify, he always going to shoot down the Ravens. He a Pittsburgh fan. What'd you expect from a Pittsburgh?
But it's just like, why are they constantly bringing up the playoffs instead of recognizing how we get to the playoffs through what we do? And then, of course, in the playoffs, Hollywood Brown shows up in the playoffs. A wide receiver shows up in the playoffs. It's just that Baltimore still got to continue to do what they do in the playoffs. Those times where things didn't work out right, the whole daggone offense was dang near injured. Like you had Andrews with the calf injury. You had Mark Ingram, who was also hurt.
When we lost to Tennessee?
Yeah, we lost to Tennessee. I mean, they was legit injuries that caused that game to go in that direction, and the defense was trash.
It wasn't just the offense. Yeah, I was about to say, because our defense was we couldn't stop.
Earl Thomas was out of position and peeking into the backfield when he got burnt by that little sprite over there.
Earl could have peeked anywhere. Earl was getting splacked in the face by King, by Henry.
Yeah, King Henry. He got beat up. And that's the thing. Like, it wasn't on wide receivers. They over here thinking that it's on wide receivers. No. And then, of course, against Buffalo, that was just crazy weather and McCarry, who caused Lamar's injury. They still could have came back and won that game had Lamar been healthy.
I mean, I'm trying to like everybody's saying, well, Reg is saying in the playoffs there's only one receiver showed up. Yes, thus far. We didn't make the playoffs this year, so we don't know. Hollywood definitely is a baller when it comes to the playoffs.
And you gotta remember, Mandrews is starting to show up in primetime games.
Yeah, he showed up. He showed up the last time we was in the playoffs against Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
The whole half of that is not. If you're talking about, be honest with you, at this point in time, Reg, what you're talking about has nothing to do with the players. It has to do with the scheme, and the scheme wasn't where it needs to be at that time. The running game was together, but offensively, as far as the passing scheme, was not together in the playoffs. So you can't blame the players for everything. Like, you can blame them for
it's a combination.
You can get a good percentage of it.
Yeah.
But that Buffalo game was outlier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was
it didn't matter what we were doing. It was just bad all the way through. We had one good drive, but it was Lamar threw the pick. But it was bad all the way through.
But you could see, like, them where even with the pick, I was like, okay, they're still gonna be able to come back because the energy that was thrown into that previous drive, the plays, the full on rollout, the choreography or whatever of that drive when he threw the pick, everything all the way up to that pick.
About last season, he's talking about Wink was terrible. We're not talking about last season. We're talking about the playoffs right now, Chico. We're talking about the playoffs. Going back to the playoffs because we going at
the playoffs. They held Baltimore in, but they kept Baltimore in that game in order for them to actually be able to have an opportunity to have a comeback. Like I said, even with that daggone pick six, Lamar still had an opportunity to come back and make that daggone. If he didn't get hurt, they still would have came back and won.
They still had a chance because they stopped him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then now he wants to, blame it on G-Ro.
Now he says balance, go, and now Chico was saying G-Ro was a mad scientist.
Yeah,
look, man, we don't know nothing. Let's just let it play out, man.
Yeah.
He's here. He ain't going nowhere right now. You can't tell him he got to go when last year, just this last season, that just happened with all the injuries, and your offense winds up going from 20, what were we, 28?
Yeah, it was the worst in the league in the past. So I think it was 31st in the
past. Last year we were like 13 or 13 in the pass, like number 2 in the run. Like I think
granted, there was a lot of Lamar and there was a lot of Huntley in them running, but
but it's still all the ranking of the overall
balance overall was still better than some teams in the league, and we was playing with backups. It was the scrubs, the replacements was out there.
We still put points on the board, so I don't know. You got to give the man you got to give G-Ro another chance, at least one more year, man. And I don't think he'll be here after this year anyway, because I think he's gonna get offered another job someplace else, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
So
that is, Brooks saying good night. I'm looking at the clock. I'm thinking we should probably be saying the same.
Oh man, it's too. See what's going on. We did it again.
Yeah, I blame Reg. He got us riled up. We went on a 30
supposed to be in the bed by that
rant.
Reg don't be going. He's only in the bed. He must be off tomorrow.
Reg was like I know exactly what to get them all riled up.
Keep going.
Get them rolling. Hey, but we appreciate y'all sticking with us for this long. It's been a crazy time. Cameron, thanks for coming through, man. I cannot wait to see what this whole draft idea that KTSC Sports Talk and the Lunch Break Hot Take have in mind. Yeah, it's going to be next Wednesday. But of course, Monday we'll be doing a show as well. So look out for that. And then, of course, if you want to look at smaller clips of this, I might be just chopping some of these small pieces up so everybody can watch. So
2 hours and 21 minutes. We weren't even supposed. Hold on. This is the funny part. This is why I tell you this is like sitting down with your family, your friends, and you just bugging out. This is officially the Couch Rider Rating Report, because couch is the main word here. We were supposed to do, the agreement was, we just gonna do like an hour. We're gonna shorten them up.
Yeah.
We stepped on one topic, bro. And we could not get off topic.
Yep.
Once you threw that daggone mock draft up, Reg lost his mind.
Yep.
He almost crashed and hit a deer or something.
Chico's kept smoking.
Chico had to light something up.
Look, he was gone.
Just kept laughing. Just throwing all types of things around. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just trying to show y'all that the last mock I'm doing, we're going to see what it is on Wednesday. I do no more mock show.
Absolutely.
I'm done.
All right, so we had a good time tonight. Y'all appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all have a wonderful night. Make sure y'all get some sleep for the morning. If you having problems at work, just blame it on the Couch Rider Report and tell them to come check it out. So thanks for tuning in for the home of original sports perspective. From our couch to yours, it's the Couch Rider Report. I'm your Couch Rider Raven. This is the Barry White of Rap, Kam Ru, signing out. Y'all have a great evening.
Easy.
Peace.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, we gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of Rap for the beat, though.